Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. Shout out to Toma K, who has joined the channel membership's Sound Squadron Commander. If you do join as a member during a stream, you get a special shout out because it pops up right there. Like you can see like right there. It's on the screen, which is super cool.
Hey, and if you want to join as a sound member, just hit the join button below. We have 3 tiers: a $1 tier, a $3 tier, and a $5 tier.
So check it out because we got stuff. It's super fun. You get perks. There will be.
Oh, as Homo says, also, anyone want to become a member? Also, please hit the like button to support the live stream.
Yes, we much appreciate that. The like button helps make sure that the stream gets noticed by YouTube, so we appreciate it. Also, on that note, if you do join us as a stream member, you get early access to a Raiders of the Lost Ark video of the exclusives from Raiders of the Lost Ark for the Adventure Series, which is going to go live for everybody Wednesday, and then there will be a new video replacing that in the early access, because I haven't exactly planned it out yet. I'm still getting used to this, but we got that going on. So
Also, if you're a member, we will read your comment always.
Yes, member comments always come through. Today's stream is packed with news, so I apologize if we don't get to everybody's like chat comments, but member comments, super chats, those will for sure go through. We're gonna have to there's a lot of stuff that happened in the last week, so we're gonna do it. But yeah,
first, welcome to the chat.
Yes.
Of course, our member Toma K. We also have Jeremy Carr, Mitsuki T, Jamie's World, Jojo Star, Soulman, Clutter K9, Zelchuk Millennium, the SH4 Jason, Toku Punk, Walkman of Doom, and Kaiju 1954, and Kyle. Welcome, everybody.
And thanks to Kyle for pointing out that I forgot to switch the thumbnail for the week, as I just realized I don't think I actually changed it. Because he's like, slow news week. I'm like, wait a second, that was last week's thing. Did I not? Yep, I forgot to change thumbnail. Woohoo! Nobody else caught it. Whoopsies. I'm going to fix that right now. We're going to click this. We're going to hit change. We will...
I guess
we should introduce...
Quick dots on...
You should get introduced, you guys. Because we didn't introduce our voice chat.
I'm Ryan, and that's Kels, and we're...
What?
And we're...
There we go.
We're like Soundout sidekicks if he was a mean girl in a high school movie.
Yeah, I guess that's a good comparison.
The only reason I'd feel good about saying that is because we switch roles Tuesdays.
It's true, yeah. Because we stream Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/fightercouse.
It's like an RPG where you switch who's the leader of the party is.
Hey, yep. We will talk about the Digimon movie that came out. We will talk about the SAG stuff. I have fixed the thumbnail so it doesn't say Slow's News Week, because there was a lot. We've got, just as a brief overview, we got a bunch of SAG strike updates. There was a bunch of Ultraman news, including a new Shin Ultraman Blu-ray. We've got the whole Coyote versus ACME Warner Brothers scandal. We've got like a little bit of toy news. And then I'm going to also try to talk about the Marvels, Loki Season 2, and Digimon Adventure 02, the beginning at the end. So, we got to get...
Beginning at the end. Think about that.
The beginning at the end. Yes, the beginning at the end. I was just reading a Birds of Prey volume called The End of the Beginning. Quick things first. On the channel, last week we had the Figurized Standard War Greymon model kit review and an unboxing of more G.I. Joe Classified Series figures, plus 2 nifty little shorts, including a Blue Beetle Soda unboxing and the Marvel Knights Marvel Legends wave. So if you haven't checked those out, go check them out. We will be doing all kinds of cool stuff coming on the channel soon. There is, just as like an overview of what's coming, this week you're going to get this indie video that's been sitting in my channel for a while.
Almost the time for being on Disney Plus.
Almost, yeah. And then I'm going to get the last wave of that indie line out when it hits Disney Plus. And then the Super Complete Selection Animation D-Arc Ultimate will be the review for Friday. I got some other stuff in the works. There is SH Figuarts Kuwagata Oger. There is SH Figuarts Indiana Jones, which hopefully people will be interested in. And there will be some other videos that have been brewing. So it's all going to be there may be like a few reviews coming out soon as I kind of get started on a bunch of new stuff. So, really cool stuff. So, Kaus, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Is the SAG strike over?
It doesn't feel like it is.
Yeah, because SAG announced the strike is over, and they have they've reached a tentative agreement with the studios. However, as we're about to discuss, not everybody is happy about it. So currently,
That's what I thought when I first saw the news too. I was like, this don't feel like it's over.
Yeah, it's over. Actors can now promote things. They can go on talk shows. They can start working again, etc. But it has not been ratified by the union membership itself, and that is kind of a big step. So, strike is over is the headline, but the biggest talking point that I've noticed is the regulation for artificial intelligence. We got, a lot of the other things that cleared through was good. This is the thing that we're kind of stuck at, because the SAG leadership and negotiating board released these nice fancy graphics about the AI and how they want to regulate it and the deal they made with the studios. They can't outright say, studios can't use AI, period, because it's just not gonna happen, right? There had to be some things. And a lot of this has been talking about consent and compensation, which is two big things. But there is a lot of, I'm just putting these up here. I'm not going to read through them. There is a lot of stuff that isn't quite totally gelling with people because there's a lot of gaps where they feel like the studios can slide in and exploit. That's a major concern right now, which is completely understandable. There is a lot going on, and people are concerned because there has been no talk of like preventing actors' likenesses being. It's all about likenesses, not so much that an actor's performance could be used to train a generative AI. That's the big concern right now, is that there's no mention of any protection or any compensation or consent for your work being put through a generative AI to train it. So that's kind of where we're at. Also, SAG released this document that is the summary document. It's the agreement. It's got a lot of words in here, but if you may notice, this is the one they released. It's only 17 pages. There ain't no way that's the entire contract. They really need to, release more of this. Not so much for us, the general public, but for those actors involved. I found this tweet from Ginger Gazanga, who mentioned, you cannot vote on a SAG-AFTRA deal when they've only provided a summary. Full legal language is what reveals lack of protections and loopholes. This is huge telling red flag, followed by 21 events held by the same people telling you to vote yes instead of simple transparency. And she's absolutely right. There's not a full detailed legal language. Everything they've released so far is summary. They said that there was a 1,700-page document. So where's the other? This is only 1% of that. So I do think we need to have, more detail, especially for those trying to, get their legal team on it and everything. So the strike is as of right now over, but the members have not voted to ratify the contract. And if they don't, then that's going to cause a lot of more hiccups and confusion and could put the strike back on. There is a meeting happening right now, I think in Los Angeles, and they've been fielding questions from members, and we haven't heard anything coming out of that yet, but that was supposed to help alleviate concerns. But I think it's not quite over yet, even though it seems to be. Fighter Cass, you got any thoughts?
I was going to say, is it like saying it's over but with an asterisk?
Yes, it's over, but it could be back on again in a moment's notice.
I think it doesn't help.
The AI stuff is really, that's. I mean, I understand why they're. Yeah, because I'm like, that needs to be clearer.
I think the problem
that needs to be clearer. There needs to be a little bit more stricter use of it. I don't know. Like,
I think the problem is it's very vague. Is from what I see the
yeah,
complaints.
exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be clearer.
Yeah, it's they don't know what is like the real deal, and like the AI is sadly never gonna be stopped. But like I feel like the way to fight AI is to only use it like sparingly, like if you have to,
Mhm.
even though that's still not a good deal, but like in terms of how do you make a deal with these stupid corporations is like, all right, it's like I imagine the only way you could make a deal because they're never, I think they have their foot down towards AI. Sadly,
Yeah.
there's no way we can convince them to never use it in terms of like replace actors and all that stuff. Is to at least I don't know, like find a way to use it with our consent. I guess where the actors' consents. I feel like is
Mhm.
the only way I can feel like can be dealt with peacefully. Um,
And
yeah,
me,
I
and
think
me
that's
as a
the real.
non-SAG member looks at this and I get nervous. So I can't
Yeah,
imagine people
exactly.
who are SAG members looking at it going, "Oh, what?" Because like if I'm nervous about it, how do the people that are directly affected by it feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. That like you can't get rid of it because dumb corporations, but you can probably
Least
you
thinking.
gotta find a happy medium for everybody because it does exist. Because they mostly just talk about consent and compensation, but what about and they talk about digital replication of background actors, generative artificial intelligence, but they don't talk about like yeah, what if your likeness gets submitted into or your performance gets submitted into a generative AI, and that AI has now been trained off of you, but you don't get any compensation for it because that sounds
Mm-hmm.
like you're losing. They're still making money off you without your consent, which is one of the biggest problems with AI is using you without your permission or proper compensation. I think is definitely a big thing. The document, the 17-page document, is on the SAG-AFTRA website to read. Again, it is 17 pages of a 1,700-page document. So that is kind of a big problem. And so, I think the background actors, it does seem that, they did say, Discussing Film had a good, like, little breakdown here that said, consent and payment for use, creation, and reuse of digital replicas, residuals and pay the same as if the actor was on set. Like if they use your AI duplicate, you would get credit. Hey, Infinite, you would get credit and payment like you were on set, which is kind of strange, but also kind of like, at what point does that go too far? That feels like something that could be exploited. And then also like how would that actually look? Because so far any AI duplicate replicas we've seen so far have been really bad. And then digital replicas
Mm-hmm.
cannot be used to meet the required amount of background actors. So essentially, you couldn't make a crowd entirely out of digital people. Like there has to be a certain number of people that are real people. That's why a lot of productions would do like, here's a crowd of 30, and then we're just going to duplicate that footage to make the crowd of
It'll
300.
be literally, it'll be literally impossible to get 300
Right.
actors.
And so that's kind of a thing too. Let's see. Kyle says, think the 17-page document also mentioned if a studio wanted an actor's eyes and another actor's mouth, they both get paid if they consent. Yeah, that's kind of another weird thing of like you can
That's
just
really
like
weird.
license out a body
Frankenstein.
part.
Yeah, that's
It's
creepy.
the Frankenstein, literal Frankenstein here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if the
that's
actor
that
consents
creepy.
and they're getting paid, whatever, but that also does feel like, again, way too many loopholes are open there. Like, I can see the loopholes, and I'm not a slimy corporate executive. So,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree that they do need to work on that. Let's see. Alex Ashbourne says, "What do you think about this AI where instead of changing someone's face into a different person, they only change the actor's mouth for a different language dub?" That's not a bad idea. Again, I think what as always comes down to is consent, compensation, right? Kind of
Mm-hmm.
make dubs cleaner. That not a bad that would not be a bad use of AI. I think that would be something, again, with the right guidelines and the right restrictions, could be something useful. It could make the experience better for dubbing into different languages. Again, with the proper consent, compensation, and everything like that. Like maybe some actors like, oh, I don't want my lips being changed for a dub. Some actors don't
I
like
mean,
being dubbed at all.
I
Yep.
mean, that goes into like how does it personally feel to see your mouth say
Hmm.
something that you did not say. It goes to that kind of
Yeah.
psychological
Oh,
thing. It's
totally.
like that's why voice actors hate AI voices because that's essentially if someone some certain jerks out there making your voice say something that you really do not agree with. That's
Hmm.
just gross and yucky. So like, I don't know. I feel like I could almost go in the same category as that almost.
Yeah,
Like,
Walkman of
even though
Doom says, so live action dubs looking more like anime animation dubs. Yeah, I mean, the reason why anime dubs are so popular is because the mouth movement is
easy.
much more simple than like.
It's only 3 frames. It's only
Yeah.
3 frames most of the time.
Yep. Infinite says, what if they use AI to replicate deceased actors from movies and shows that would circumvent the actor's consent? Like, say, for example, if Hasbro used AI to replicate JDF for Power Rangers. I think they did cover that. That is in. It's not in the overview, but it is in the 17-page document. They did mention that, like, if they were to generate a deceased person, they have to have consent from the estate of that person. Like, not what WB seemingly did with the Flash, where they're just like, CGI Christopher Reeve. Like, you'd have to talk to the family and get consent from them. Like, it's whoever's consent of the ownership of the likeness.
And even they do consent, I just feel like it just morally just feels weird to do that. Just literally resurrect an actor from the dead by using AI.
Just recast people. You don't need to resurrect dead people.
That is just that like it's even though you can't get the consent of the family, it's still morally I feel that's wrong. Personally, I don't know.
JB's World says, what if the deceased person has no family? Can they use AI anyways? That's been part of the discussion. George Reeves. Superman has no family, so there's nobody to fight Warner Brothers just making an AI duplicate of him for the Flash.
Yeah, and that's why it was so gross to see that in the Flash.
If you guys want to know what AI duplicates of people look like, watch the Flash. Because that's how they'll all look. Because that was just
don't watch the Flash.
Don't watch the Flash, but the AI duplicates.
Go on YouTube with AdBlock on.
Watch the cameos. Look how bad they look, and then think, oh yeah, there's that. That's what they'll try to do. Infinity Wartorn says, hot take: AI necromancy is always bad. I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's pretty true.
That's not a hot take at all. No,
it's ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it feels gross and. Like
Thomas says, usually there's still a representative of the estate. Yeah, I don't know what's up with some that don't have families.
I don't know what happened with George.
Yeah, George Reeves. I feel like somebody's got to represent him, but do they have enough pull to sue Warner Brothers over that?
Yeah, and such. Like,
I like Soulman's comment. Let's not get nuts. Yeah, exactly. Muteki says the Tupac hologram at a concert. That falls into a different category.
Oh, I remember that. That was weird.
Yeah. Toma says Tupac and Dio, but that was done with family's consent. So yeah, again, consent's a big thing.
I think my problem with the AI in terms of that is it feels like you're just only caring about the character and not the human behind it.
Yeah.
It's like.
Basically.
Like people, for example of, we'll use AI to have Tommy reappear again. That feels gross because you're not thinking of JF, Jason David Frank, the person, and more of him as, the character. And that's what bothers me about that.
It's kind of like, I thought it was neat when they did it with Tarkin in Rogue One, but then it's just kind of gotten a little out of hand since. It also was unnecessary because the actor the problem I've noticed is like
it's the same with Luke and Mandalorian.
Luke and Mandalorian, it's like the actor they picked looks so much like him. You can just do that. You don't need to, spend all the money doing the AI thing.
And that's the thing. Like I feel like with AI, the only good uses of AI is to help enhance something like. Like how Discotek using AI to use was the AI to help remaster Digimon, for example.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or I like this dubbing idea. I would like to hear what actors think of that. But that dubbing idea is not bad. I think that would be something that they could do.
See, Tom, I think we're asking enough questions about AI for once now. Sad can answer them all and to have a lot of news to cover anyways.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Appreciate it. I wanted to spend at least one more minute on the strike thing. So Jamie's World said AI for stunts. Digital duplicates for stunts has been a thing for a while. It's kind of how the CW afforded its budgets on most of its shows, is they would make a CGI duplicate stunt double for Supergirl or Superman or something like that. De-aging's a whole different thing. Most actors are cool with that, from what I understand.
But even then, here's the thing, that goes into you're putting stunt actors out of work.
Yeah.
And that causes another problem.
Right.
Also, I never seen
with the
Obi-Wan.
CW, they would use stunt actors for anything they could do, but if they're doing flying stuff, like they would do these crazy like flying through the city giant battle things, they would just do those with digital duplicates.
Yeah, then that's fine.
That's
Also,
fine too. Yeah.
I have not. I see no checks. I have not seen Obi-Wan. What is the AI Diki? Who's it?
So
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones can't do the Vader voice anymore because he's in his 80s.
Yeah.
So what he did was he gave them permission to generate the Darth Vader voice using. So they took all the recordings they had as James Earl Jones as Vader, and then there's a program that they created that will allow them to sample words and phrases and put together the dialogue for Vader in the Obi-Wan series. So that way he could still have the same quality he did. And he was fine with it, and they credited him for it. So they credited him, they paid him, he was fine with it. Like,
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I personally would have still done again replacement. Get the
I
usual.
mean, a replacement actor would have been cheaper and less time consuming.
Cheap, yeah, but
Yeah.
at least that case, at least he was fine with it. But I
Yep.
think personally, I would have just in that case scenario, I would have just got
I mean, with all these, like, Star Trek doesn't have the budget Star Wars does, and what they do is they're just like, oh, we need Spock, we're hiring a younger actor. Oh, we need, we want Uhura, we're just going to hire another actor. They do recasts all the time, and it works. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. And and we're talking about specific live acting stuff.
Yeah.
Don't let me get started on voice acting because that is literally
a whole different. And animation in general is going to be our topic next year when animation goes on strike. Because these studios aren't going to prevent a crew and animation strike. Those are both definitely going to happen.
Which goes into is that our next topic question?
Kind of. We'll get right to it. A couple of things here. Muteki brought up the AI to get the voice out of the cassette tape for the new Beatles song. That's again another good use of AI tools to enhance something. Muteki says, "You sure you can't do the voice still?" Peter Weller still did RoboCop, and he's 72. The difference is that RoboCop is in Peter Weller's normal vocal register. James Earl Jones's voice is here. Vader is here, so he actually has to lower his register.
Also, those classical people are just people are built different.
People are built different, but the thing is, Peter Weller doesn't change his voice that much to do RoboCop.
Speaking of,
which is
that RoboCop game is good.
That RoboCop game is good. I want to get that.
His Peter Weller's like, stand down, creep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like
it's not as taxing on your vocal cords.
He doesn't go down to the deep baritone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But speaking of things that come up a lot, we talk about on this channel. I mean, thing is, all right, let's move from strike updates. I think we talked about as much as we can without we'll probably have some update next week. Like if they ratify it or if it doesn't go through, we'll discuss it next week. I think it's definitely something we're going to keep looking at as the entertainment landscape progresses. But like all things, that is a constant change. Just like the constant barrage of Ultraman news these days. So we're going to take a look at so much Ultraman news, you're going to get tired of hearing the word Ultraman. You guys ready? It's going to be great. All right.
I wish it was 7, so we could literally go 7.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, darn. I only have 6 news topics.
Curses.
Somebody make a 7th.
No, Ultraman, Mamba, 6.
Shin Ultraman's getting a 3rd chance. Okay, so Cleopatra Entertainment released Shin Ultraman in North America, specifically for the US. It was bad. I think we've established that. Madman Entertainment's release in Australia was decent. Raven Banner in Canada has blown the competition out of the water from what we can tell. I don't want to judge it too early. But Shin Ultraman Blu-ray is now out for pre-order through Raven Banner's website. They do ship to the US. They are releasing a region-free disc. It is a Blu-ray 50. It contains exclusive art by Alex Chin, new subtitles, which is interesting, the English dub. The video master is going to be on a Blu-ray 50, so it's going to be a higher quality. An exclusive commentary track by the director of Dawn of the Monsters and the author of Kaiju for Hipsters, as well as a video introduction. And this is going to be artwork on the front. This is the artwork on the back.
I love that artwork.
And then it'll have a slipcover with the original poster on the inside. It is $25. Let me go check shipping real quick because I forgot to look at that. I looked at it earlier. Let me go take a look. so I can give you guys like a shipping estimate. Shipping to the U.S. is about $9, so it's $34. Yeah, English dub is confirmed for this. I am planning to get this and review this, and of course, as soon as I do, you guys will get to see the video.
Yeah, it's region free, JoJo Star.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can tell there's actual love and care put into this set.
Yep. It is love and care put into this. If you're looking for Shin Ultraman and haven't bought it yet, I would snap this up probably. You can buy it from Raven Banner's store. I don't know if YouTube lets me send links anymore. We're just gonna try it.
Join our Discord and the link in the description below.
Yes. If you join the Discord, we've been talking about it in the Discord. So I would say, yeah, if you're wanting to get it, this looks to be a solid release. Like I said, I can't confirm it's good because I haven't had hands on it.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet, but the people that have been working on it, talking on Twitter, it sounds like it's going to be great. So this sounds like it's going to be the release for Shin Ultraman in English. And like I said, I'll be reviewing it. Scheduled to come out December, shipping at the end of December 2023. So yeah, if you're wanting to get on it, if you want Shin Ultraman, this sounds like it's going to be the good release. And it being region free is excellent. So I'm glad to see that.
Is the Madman one region free or no?
I have no idea because I looked at the Madman one, found I didn't even have the English dub, and moved on. I was not going to be importing that one. I was like, let's see what Canada does. And Raven Banner seems to be doing a good job with it. So, fingers crossed. This sounds like it's going to be like a good Requiem. So, see, okay, Muteki. I'm not going to answer the comment because that'll just lead me into a soapbox moment, which I need to have a title card for, but we don't have time for soapboxes today.
I should make one next stream.
we need to have like a logo. Yeah, it's just like a little soapbox that's like
it's literally a box made out of soap.
Yes, but yeah, the old soapbox that people would stand on and make speeches on in town squares. That's where the term soapbox. Oh no, I'm starting a soapbox on soapboxes. Anyways, Gigabash had teased last week. What? Warning, the stream is... What the heck? Sorry, Discord added this new integration thing where I can see, like, the stream stats while we're streaming. Oh, the stream's saying that the bitrate dropped. Okay.
It didn't look bad to me.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Also, 39 people, only 18 likes, people. Give us 7 likes.
Ryan's the like shill, and I appreciate him because I get uncomfortable doing it sometimes.
Also, join our memberships.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think we're good now. All right, next news topic that we have going on. So, Gigabash is a kaiju fighting game. Didn't it launch with original characters? Wasn't that the...
Yeah, no, so it came out during 2022, I think. And then its first... it's meant to kind of be a new... I'm not sure it's made by the same people, but it's really meant to be a tribute to the Pipeworks Godzilla games during the PS2, Xbox, GameCube era.
And then they had Godzilla DLC, which was their first DLC.
Yes, because the base game has the original character, which is all tributes to kaijus and mecha anime and Ultraman. Like one of their main characters is main Gigaman, which is parody / tribute to Ultraman. And yeah, their first DLC was Godzilla with Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, I think Pacific Kiryu, Mogra, and not Mogra, Gigan and Destroya as the Godzilla pack, and then
now we're here. So this pack is going to include Ultraman, Baltan, Ultraman.
This came out last Wednesday, by the way.
Yes, it's already out. So yeah, go ahead and get it out. Yeah, you can have Godzilla fight Ultraman. They didn't put that in any of the trailers because it's illegal, but you can totally do that.
No. They did make 2 trailers. There's
another trailer. Okay, because the only one they posted on Ultraman Connection was just the Ultraman stuff.
Yeah, there's a Ultraman trailer which features the new characters, and then specifically there's, I think it's called the Tokusatsu trailer, where it's pure just scissor reel of all the characters in the game, including Godzilla and Ultraman.
So, anyways, it has Ultraman Baltan, Ultraman Tiga, and the Ultraman Tiga version of Chimera, which is funny because we can't get Final Odyssey over here, but yet there she be. So they did 2 original, 2 Tiga. I think that works. It makes sense.
I see people wish there was more kaiju, but here's the thing. These DLC packs are only 4 characters, and Ultraman has too many characters to...
Yeah, you gotta do 2 Ultras and 2 kaiju makes sense, Because Chimera counts as a kaiju.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think choosing two of the iconic ones, Tiga and Ultraman, makes sense. I figured this is honestly a pretty good. I maybe would have replaced Bolton with Zeton or Gomora, but like thinking Bolton's pretty. I guess they choose Bolton because it's a unique cloning moveset. No one has that kind of moveset in the game itself, so that's very unique. Do you know?
LPH says, "Can we get a Super Sentai pack?" No, that ain't happening.
I do note. From I remember right, due to legal reasons, this pack is not available in Japan.
Not available in Japan or China. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
my guess is that to do with Bandai because Bandai is like they probably let them let
Do
them
it
use characters here.
internationally, but not here.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's I figured that's the reason why. There's some kind of rights. Then again, Bandai refuses to fund a new Ultraman game that isn't a minigame collection, so I don't know what's their problem here.
We could go on a whole soapbox, but we're not. Moving on. All right. Ultraman Rising, which I love that the Ultraman Connection article just gave us that one screen cap we've always been seeing. Like, we've been seeing this one for a while of him running. We finally got a trailer that shows off Ultraman Rising. Jojo Star asked if there are any Digimon big enough. Yeah, surprisingly a lot. Like, there's a lot of kaiju-sized Digimon, like Imperial Ultraman and
also,
Garutamon.
There's no such thing as scaling Digimon.
It's true. Anyways, so we got the preview, which is essentially the movie is about a man who's a baseball player who also is Ultraman, and he finds a kaiju, baby kaiju, and has to raise it. And he will be voiced in Japanese by Yuki Yamada, who was Gokai Blue. Christopher Sean's voicing him in the English version.
He voiced Nightwing in Gotham Knights.
Yep. And then going alongside that, there is going to be Ultraman Rising SH Figuarts. No big surprise there.
They also confirm a toy line, like a full toy line.
Yeah, they did say Bandai announced the launch of an Ultra Rising toy line. Prototypes included in the toy line will be exhibited at the Tsuburaya Convention 2023. We heard
I think
that's probably the Bandai America toy line. Yeah, because this line lines up with what we heard that Bandai America was doing a toy line for Ultraman. They got the rights to it, and that I think is going to be it's going to be what we got here. So the film will be on Netflix next year. There's no specific date, but we're going to get more details at Tsuburaya Conventions, which is coming very soon. I think it looks great. What do you guys think?
I actually saw the trailer a couple days ago, and it looks nice.
If you're curious, this is not
the baby's adorable.
For people who don't know, because I've seen something, this is not man. If you look closely at his patterns, it's not man. It's a
new Ultraman.
The host,
The
host is named Ken. So, like, say wherever his name would be, just Ultraman Ken, which would be confusing because it's Father Ultra's name technically, but still.
Yeah. Also, hey, Red Ranger Christian. But yeah,
I love the style of this film. I always love take advantage of animation that they gave Ultraman this freaky alien body, which I love because I like taking Ultraman and take advantage of making him more alien-like, and I love design here. I think also what I love about his design is he has actual pupils, but instead of making his eyes his mouth move, it's still the classic
the mouth is solid, but the pupils will move. So he's looking
There's
at things.
white lights, which is funny because the last episode the episode Blazer that came out before the show had Blazer turn off his lights, aka him closing his eyes pretty much.
Yep.
So I like that. I like that consistency. Yeah, I love the animation. It looks great. That scene where he just jumps up like Jack and rises to Ultraman form was so good. I love that.
I think we should just call him Ultraman Rising until further notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also seems to me that Ultra he's before the baby thing, like he's already been around the block, and I'm trying to what's the story behind that? He's already been an Ultraman for a while.
Well, here's the thing. I want to say this about this film is I've seeing people. I hate. Now I'm really getting sick of the term MCU-ifying things because this is literally not it. Because
anytime someone says
about that,
like MCU humor, you guys realize that's just movie humor.
There was a quip, therefore
bad.
There was a quip, therefore must be MCU.
It must be. Yeah.
I recommend to everybody to not look for film criticism on Twitter. It never goes well.
Because the thing about this film, it's gonna be a lot of people's introduction. There's gonna be a lot of, especially kids, introduction to Ultraman. And I know.
Oh, this is a much better introduction than the Ultraman anime.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's fine as own thing.
Also, anybody like concerned about Ultraman talking hasn't been watching the new gen shows where they talk all the time. They just don't talk to people. It's a minor change. It's not that big of a deal.
I love people posting the TNT dub of Ultra 7 on Twitter. It's Ultra 7 time. But yeah, no, this is gonna be. I know the show is free on YouTube, but like this is animation, and kids kind of gravitate to animation more.
And it's on Netflix. It's just gonna pop up in recommendations, which will lead people to the live action. I think this is great, and I can't wait for us to see more. That's for sure.
And the people making this love Ultraman. I think I'm not sure if the main director or the main art director, but like they watched the Ultraman since it first aired in America, with the old dub. So it kind of got me old man face because I seen people like, "Oh, do you know about Ultraman?" Like not realizing that Ultraman came out on TVs.
It's been 20 years since Tiga aired here, guys,
and not just Tiga.
Wow. Muteki, we're talking about how Ultraman is like the Ultraman shows are free on YouTube. Yeah, you still need Netflix to watch this movie.
70s. It was here the old one, the original one.
Yeah, my mom watched it.
My dad watched it.
My mom was into Ultraman before I was.
Yep, same with my dad. Yep.
There's a reason why Ultraman is more of an icon, like a normal, just a kaiju icon than just Japanese. Just he's more of a worldwide icon than just Japan likes him. Again, unlike Kamen Rider, where Kamen Rider is a very niche thing. A random Joe in the street who had never seen the show will recognize Ultraman because they just know of him because of pop culture.
Especially if you go to like places like California, like in SoCal, there's a lot of kaiju nerds in SoCal. And it's like you'll find Ultraman street art even. So we're never going to get a Blu-ray set of the 4Kids stuff for Tiga, sadly infinite. It's not going to happen. Super Rai does not want that out there. Plain and simple.
Unlike unlike the TNT dubs, so the TNT dubs are actually like mostly faithful, and also just all the time dubs also where 4Kids.
The reason why we haven't get a full dub set for any of the older dubs is because they don't have the masters for all of them.
So. I don't think they're lost, but like they don't have high quality versions of them. I imagine.
Well, Muteki, there's not a DVD for the Tiga dub. The Funimation DVDs they did for Tiga were actually the Japanese version. They didn't actually release the dub because that's how bad the dub failed.
If any YouTube uploads are like taking from like TV recordings TV probably, rips. And just heavily edited to make them sound.
And they didn't finish the show either.
Yep.
Speaking of shows that aired a long time ago, Ultraman Mabius is having a little bit of a moment. Bandai decided that doing the Ultra replica of the Mabius brace again wasn't enough. We got the Gun Phoenix, the ships. It's not under any line like Ultra Replica or Premium DX or anything like that. But you get the two ships. They're coming out again. They have their meteor mode parts that pop out. They have the little little vehicles that go into the ships as they fly in and there. They can combine. It's all premium. And then they decide, let's add sound effects and music. So you get the music for meteor mode and everything, which is pretty great. These seem to be, I don't know if these are the exact same molds as the original deluxe ones. They just, it's been so long. They seem similar though. And this is coming out as a premium Bandai release for 11,000 yen. So it's it's a little expensive, but
I hope we get more because I do love a lot of these old Ultra ships.
I like the fact that they're coming out again. I hope let's do the Chrome Chesters, let's do the Guts. They did the Guts Wings as DX ones, but let's do some premium stuff.
I want the Nexus. Give me the Nexus ones with their cool combining stuff.
Axel Ranger says closest thing to it was the 4Kids dub was on the Funimation DVD extras. I know the music, the 4Kids dub music was on the menus. I didn't know they actually had episodes on them.
Which is the most high quality version of those tracks.
Yeah. But anyways, this looks really nice. We're not getting a US release currently, which is sad, but maybe we will in the future or something. But yeah, so go seek out your favorite middleman. It does say something about DX. Oh yeah, it shows the DX versus the new one. So it does look like it's a new mold. But it's very similar mold. And the DX had some darker colors. This one has some brighter ones. But yeah, all right, we're Sally going from that over to the Blazerstone EX Selection, which is coming out as a premium Bandai release. Yep, we're at premium Bandai release time, guys.
Oh boy.
Woo. This is a set of 12 stones for 5,280 yen, releasing in March. This includes a stand. I don't know if it includes multiple stands. It just shows one stand, but I think the stand is neat to like hold the stone. I wish they all came with stands. This includes form. They're mostly forms. I don't know if I can be bothered to remember what's in this set. Let's see. What do we got? A lot of forms. You know what? I don't even know if I care enough to go research these, but essentially it's form swaps for a lot of characters. It's pairings like Hikari and Zenon, and then there's a couple kaiju thrown in. So if you guys are into it, go for it. If you're not, don't worry about it. Yeah, that is Tiga Power. Yeah, Tiga Power finishes that set. So that's the last piece of Ultraman news. You guys ready to get on to entertainment news? Because, oh boy.
Time for WB versus the world?
Nope. First, we got to talk about the worst news that came out of the movie industry last week. I can say that now because we have two movie news stories here, okay? The worst one now is our first one. Originally, it was like, oh, that's not as bad, but things are looking up, okay? So let's start with probably the worst news that Nintendo ever delivered to me. The live-action Legend of Zelda movie. First of all, I don't know why it needs to be live action. Second of all, why would you hire Avi Arad? My God.
Oh, man.
Yep. I love them.
It's all flooding back to me, Soundout. Last week's rant. You're right.
Remember when this happened during the Tuesday stream last week, Jerry? Recount it for the audience.
Was that Tuesday or was it Wednesday?
It was
I remember you were going, no. And we're like, what's going on?
Welcome, Wheels. We're talking about Avi Arad.
And I was like, what's going on, Soundout?
The Zelda movie. What's up?
And then...
All right,
bam.
So yeah, Kals, tell the story, because the news dropped while we were streaming.
Yeah, and you were like freaking out.
You say while as if we're done streaming. I am so confused.
What?
You said while we're streaming, as if we're done.
Oh no, we're not done. This was during last Tuesday's
during my KOF stream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was hilarious.
Okay, so,
I was like, what's
so if you're wondering what I'm
Soundout?
doing, I'm on my phone right now just because I'm trying to see if I can get my computer to work one last time. But the computer repair place said to bring it in anyways tomorrow. They're like, yeah, it's probably best to bring it in if you're saying your one virus protection is completely turned on and won't turn off. And I'm like, yeah, that's sus.
Yeah. All right, Kals, back to the story. It dropped during the Tuesday King of Fighters.
And I was like, explain, and you're like, oh, they're doing a Zelda thing, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Like it's Sony, and I'm like, oh boy, but it's Sony, doesn't, and it's Avi Arad. I'm like, oh jeez.
Spider-Man 3, baby.
And the thing was, is that you and Alex were fighting in King of Fighters, and you both froze.
Really?
The news was so shocking. They just stopped fighting.
We both stopped pushing buttons. We were so in shock, and then like, oh no, we actually stopped pushing buttons.
Is it like one of those cartoon modes where like you hear the wheel like noise like screech?
That's what happened. The stream came to a complete halt.
Playing. Yep.
So, for those that may not have heard the news, Nintendo is co-producing a Legend of Zelda movie with Sony, their biggest competitor in the video game market, and it will be more than 50% of it will be financed by Nintendo. It will be distributed by Sony Pictures. I still ask the question, what the hell happened to Universal? But that's whatever. I don't care at this point.
That's Wahoo, man. This is
They picked the worst creative team for a live-action Legend of Zelda movie. Because any of these people haven't put out good stuff. It's just their track record is like 1 in 5.
Yeah, I love
Avi Arad produced the Spider-Verse movies, but also Morbius. And he made Spider-Man 3 a mess. And he ruined Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Hey!
Oh, he also produced live-action Ghost in the Shell. And he produced a bunch of stuff.
Is he producing the Kraven movie also?
Yeah, he produced the Kraven movie. It's his idea to keep doing these Spider-Man villain movies nobody cares about.
Again,
that's me right now. Every time I hear him.
Yep.
Was he the one that wanted to make the Amazing Universe like this big?
Yes, he was the one that came up with the Sinister Six movie.
and the Aunt May movie and all that
Yep,
stuff.
all that stuff is all him. Adding to that,
he really loves his Spider-Man. What can you say, guys? He really loves his Spider-Man.
He loves the money that Spider-Man gives him. The other thing we can add to this is the fact that the director directed The Maze Runner, which was
I never watched that movie, so I don't know the quality
exactly
of that one.
not a great choice though, because nobody wanted to see that movie. Number 2, the writer wrote Jurassic World and Detective Pikachu, movies that are not known for their scripts, and also helped write one of the drafts of Batman v Superman, and wrote the Episode 9 Star Wars script that said, and that's when Hux knew he lost the Star War. That was that guy. He's writing this movie now.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I saw that one trending on Twitter. That was that's my favorite thing from Star Wars of all time, when he lost the Star Wars. Like, yep. Come on.
And that script got thrown out because it was considered too bad.
Dude, no, that's peak fiction right there. You know, y'all write with subtext, but I'm up front. You know, like that's fucking whatchamacallit.
The point is that Jurassic World and Detective Pikachu were not good scripts.
You know how people think. You know how people think every single joke and quip nowadays is an MCU line. Well, yes. that's what I think people. That's a line like that. It feels like what people think MCU dialogue is half the time. Honestly.
Yep, and I gotta tell you guys too, like. There was a chance that an Avi Arad produced movie, directed by the guy that did Maze Runner, written by the guy that did Detective Pikachu, could turn out good, but, like, why would you roll the dice with such a shaky foundation? These are not good dice to be rolling.
They gotta roll the dice.
Like, the thing is, after Mario made so much money, you think Nintendo could bag some top-tier talent, you know? Like, get their equivalent of Greta Gerwig on Barbie for Zelda. Or get, I don't know, anybody that has experience with fantasy storytelling, because none of these guys have done fantasy. They've only done, like, sci-fi and superhero stuff. Detective Pikachu is a good movie, but it has the most predictable plot of all time.
Well, Sam, you say that, but
come on now. Did anyone guess Mewtwo was going to be in the movie? Oh, wait, we all did. Never mind.
Well, Sam, remember, this is the same... Nintendo's the same company that let the post-credit scene in the Mario movie be a teaser for a character already in the movie background.
Yes. That's the thing. Nintendo was only worried about, does it look like our product so we can make money off our product? Like, people are like, oh, it'll be fine because Nintendo's involved. No! No, it isn't. That isn't a guarantee.
Dude, you know what I can't wait? I can't wait for this Legend of Zelda movie to be the equivalent of the 90s Super Mario movie, and, like,
it's gonna be
a fist fight in the background
over literally, this creative team is like asking for another 90s Super Mario Brothers movie.
Like, I'm looking forward to it, because, you know, that thing that I never saw as a kid that Jerry pointed out to me, like I said, the fight with the pitcher of water is probably the greatest thing that movie gave us.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with the Mario movie.
None of y'all noticed that.
Here's it with the Mario movie. With that one, that's more like kind of like oddly charming fun. Avi Arad's crew has no oddly more. As much as people like to make memes about Morbius, it's not like a funny haha movie.
People made memes about Morbius instead of paying to see the movie.
Yeah, it's I
know it's like that means people want to see it.
That's not. Yeah, it's not. You know,
it's not even in the movie.
People have to make made up stuff about the movie that people think to let people think it's that kind of. No, it's not. It's the Morbius movie. It's not like those funny haha meme movies. It's not.
I gotta tell you guys, if this movie looks like Zelda, it'll put people in seats. If it doesn't, it's gonna flop and it's gonna kill Nintendo's entire movie business.
Again.
Let's hope it does.
Because like the thing is the thing is, guys, like, I have zero faith in this creative team. Like, they could do it if the planets align, but, like, this is not giving me... Like, again, why is this not just animated? Why is this not at Universal? Hell, even Illumination doing it because they can land the visual aspect really well. Like, I don't get it. I don't get... They put Universal's, like, head of film on their board.
Toma mentioned, speaking of Leto, well, what was him climbing a building last week?
Jared Leto was climbing a building last week? Last week was chaotic. I don't even hear about that.
There's footage.
Hellfire says, I want this movie to star all the Chris's playing different links across timelines is the biggest meme. Okay, and this is the news I'm going to tell you guys. There is likely a 85 to 90% chance Tom Holland is playing Link. Because I gotta tell you guys, something else happened. Do you know what other movie Avi Arad produced for Sony? Uncharted.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was his idea to put Tom Holland in. And that movie made money. So there is a very high chance Tom Holland is going to be Link. And it's going to be weird. And I want to look at this Jared Leto thing later.
I can't wait for the Nintendo Direct cast announcement. So that's gonna
also,
be
I gotta tell you how weird this announcement was. They just posted it to the Nintendo Japan corporate website with no fanfare on a Tuesday.
It was kind of like a menacing Miyamoto here. We're here to announce.
Yep.
This
and it may have been done quietly because of something to do with Avi Arad. I'm not allowed to talk about with YouTube rules. So, but anyway.
Also, didn't I forget? This came out before the strike was over.
Yeah, this was before the strike was over.
So, it wasn't one of those sneak behind things.
God, the Nintendo Direct, guys, that's gonna be something. That's
gonna
be something.
What is that?
Well, whenever they get the movie cast and everything, because they did 5 Nintendo Directs for Mario, they're gonna do the same thing.
That's right.
Never forget the moment Chris Pratt was revealed as Mario. The internet.
Yep. Oh, Spin Dash says, I found an old IGN article.
Someone made a joke of it and it happened. That's the best part about it, how someone made the joke. It's going to be Chris Pratt. And I was like, it's not going to be Chris Pratt.
That's the thing is, it's easy to make it. So cool. Hollywood's a joke, so it's easy to predict things.
All
right, Spin Dash is recounting a 2006 IGN article with picks for a Zelda movie. Writer Neil Gaiman, director Robert Zemeckis. I mean, that's already instantly better than what we got now.
I love
Gaiman doesn't know how to read.
I love Excel Ranger. I wonder if we'll get any Zelda CDI reference in the movie. I want
it's going to be a Zelda CDI adaptation at this point.
No, don't let it be in Hyrule. Let it be in let it not be in Hyrule. Let it be in Korodai.
The cast was Link as Orlando Bloom as Link, Alison Lohman as Zelda, and Ganondorf was the Rock. I mean, Ganondorf being the Rock is still a possibility. It's still on the table.
You remind me of this old Beckett magazine I had talking about Dragon Ball Z cast.
You're telling me
it's funny, Jerry. There's 2 Beckett casts too, because the one you had was different than the one I had in my magazine. Remember, you were like, Wheels, did you ever have the Beckett magazine that had this? And I'm like, no, mine was hey, Frieza's gonna be. It was Frieza or Cell was gonna be Vin Diesel. They wanted
Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
In mind, it was The Rock as Cell, and Goldberg as Nappa.
Yep.
Yeah. The one that I had, The Rock wasn't in Hollywood yet, so it was Vin Diesel. Maybe he's probably gonna be Cell or Frieza. And I'm like, what the floop?
All right. So, before we get back onto more soapboxes, I think we're going to have to wait and see on Zelda, even though I'm pretty much condemning it right now.
Frieza cares about family.
Frieza cares about family.
That's the theory why he didn't get killed by the Spirit Ball.
If I find it, I'll show you guys. It's ludicrous. The one that I have is ludicrous. I think the only thing that was shared between mine and Jerry's was that they both wanted Scarlet Joe as Android 18 back in the day.
Wait,
mine was Nicole Kidman for Android 18. One I had.
It's pick your favorite blonde woman.
One was one was Scarlet Joe, and the other one was the girl from. It was one of the early Becketts from 2004, 2000. It was Scarlet Joe or the chick from 24 or the chick from 24.
That's early in Scarlet Joe's career, then.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because if you don't recall,
I guess we're on chat time.
Died out around 2010.
We need to get to the big news topic, guys.
We get to WB versus
Coyote versus ACME. I got to recap this entire saga. It's been a journey. Okay.
You mean the fact that we bullied them to bring it back?
Yes. All right. So,
can I also also relate to WB? I love the comments David Zaz mentioned how, oh man, we couldn't catch the kids market. Well, it's the same day they're canceling their preschool branch.
As I have been saying ever since David Zaslav became in charge of Warner Brothers, do not believe a single word of what he says. Only believe the things that he does. We will get back to that.
Oh,
all right,
a GBO2 hacker.
I don't care about GBO2 right now. I got to recap Coyote versus ACME.
Oh no, I'm just saying the ludicrousness.
All right. We got to get on track here. So, Coyote versus Acme, which was a film about Coyote suing the Acme Corporation for their faulty products, was going to be a live-action animation hybrid starring it was John Cena, I think was the lawyer for Acme, and Coyote was going to sue them. And it has been doing test screenings. It's getting test screening scores in the 90s, which like never happens for Warner Brothers. People were calling it like equivalent to Roger Rabbit as like in quality. It sounded like it was great, right?
Also, unlike Batgirl, it's finished, from what I understand, right?
Yes, and from what we understand, it is completely finished. It was just waiting for a release date. And then we found out, and the producers found out, too late, that Warner Brothers decided to write it off for a $30 million tax write-off. Oh yeah, that's right. It's also produced by James Gunn, their current head of DC. Apparently, outside buyers were interested in the film, but Warner Brothers told them the movie was not for sale. This news came out one day after the strike ended, and I agree with Kaiju 1954. I 100% think this is David Zaslav just being a jerk and saying, look, I still have power, you didn't win anything, because this was stupid. The movie was testing well, it would make them money. Like, it clearly, even if they just put it on streaming, it'd make them more than $30 million. That's nothing in Hollywood money. So, going alongside this, the internet's reaction was amazing, because everybody bullied the crap out of Warner Brothers. For example, someone dug up an old article back in January. The CFO at Warner Brothers Discovery said restructuring and write-off frenzy is over. We're done with that chapter. No, they weren't, because they just went to write off the movie. By the way, this is the third nearly completed movie / completed movie dumped in the trash after Batgirl and Scooby-Doo Holiday Haunt. Was that what it was called?
Yes.
Yeah. So those two movies that they completely just scrapped. And this is the third. So then, moving on, we saw tweets like this. I love this one from Fuentic Whims, because they went back to an announcement that a new live-action animated Bugs Bunny movie is reported in the works, and they said, is this an announcement for the public or for the IRS?
Also, for Coyote React, didn't the crew upload a lot of the behind-the-scenes?
That's right. People that worked on the film, worked on the film, uploaded behind-the-scenes video and images, and they got copyright claimed on Twitter.
Which is such a shame. People already upload now, but like that film, like if you guys seen that behind the scenes, half of it
was a very practically made film. Yes.
Like I'm not sure like Coyote was gonna be CG or 2D anime, but all of like the exploding.
Oh, we got a leaked screenshot of Roadrunner, and he's in the Tom and Jerry style.
Oh, okay.
Where it's it was the 2D 3D
walls being destroyed. Like walls being destroyed, full sets. Like it was all like practically made, and it was impressive, honestly.
All right, so we got Warner Bros. Is built on Looney Tunes. Muteki says, "How do people watch this film?" That was people got to do test screenings, either in the industry that they gather people and do test screenings to get result. So the industry responded, like people were like, "Why would we ever make movies for Warner Brothers if they're just going to throw them in the can?" Bugs Bunny voice actor Eric Bauza was like, wow, Warner Brothers just hates art and they're terrible, and was making comparisons of David Zaslav to Judge Doom from Roger Rabbit. And it's like, he still works for them, and he's just like, no, I'm going to be roasting them over a fire today. This film has been said to be good, because the thing is, Butega asked about the Tom and Jerry film that wasn't that great. They still released it. You gotta just roll the dice. You can't just keep throwing movies in the trash. And for $30 million, like any other streaming service is going to give you more than $30 million for it. So guess what? Puck News reported, after initially shelving it for a tax write-off, Warner Bros. Is reportedly now letting the filmmakers shop the movie to other potential distributors. Puck News is run by a former Hollywood Reporter editor-in-chief, and that was, they said in the article, we're not exactly sure, but we've heard that they're trying to reverse the decision for the tax write-off. And then Deadline reported that Amazon Prime, Apple, and Netflix are all interested in potentially acquiring Coyote versus Acme from Warner Brothers, and screenings are being set up for the streamers this week. So they're going to screen them and then take bids on the movie. And I guarantee you they're going to look like fools. By the way, I love all the images of Coyote everyone's been using for their tweets. And then lastly, we got this news from the Hollywood Reporter that after news of WB shelving Coyote versus Acme broke, several filmmakers instructed their reps to cancel meetings they had on the books with Warner Brothers. This was 3 strikes, you're out for this type of practice. And basically, people that were going to be making movies for Warner Bros. That had meetings to pitch stuff said, no, thank you, we're canceling our meetings. And that's what got the movie that's why they canceled the write-off for the film. Because
wow.
there was no reason to be throwing it out in the first place. The backlash was too severe. They realized they could make money off of it. And they actually were starting to lose talent. And I think they finally realized that you can't just do this. You can't have people work on movies for years and then have nothing show for it.
Essentially, this movie had judging from the behind the scenes, it had a big crew and a lot of money put into this.
A lot of buzz, and it was still under $100 million budget wise, so it still has a huge profit potential.
Here's the real question: is Wile E. Coyote going to actually talk in this like he used to do in the cartoons, where they would either have him talk or not talk? Like, is he going to do both?
Maybe, but we don't know for sure because we haven't gotten any details on that.
I prefer snarky Wile E. Coyote.
Why a Coyote? Super spot. I remember, Tom and Jerry were silent.
He said his name was Mud.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like the first time I ever see a film be uncanceled.
I think because they hadn't fully finalized the paperwork. Like, once you file out paperwork with the IRS, they will not give you that thing back unless you pay back the money. Like, I think this news came out just in time for it to get stopped, because once Warner Brothers received that check, they'd have to give it back to the IRS to get the movie back. So
versus every other cancel tax write-off. I think usually a lot of times with tax write-off they came after they they did the paperwork, but I think it's the first time where
it was in the process.
I think it didn't help. For Warner Brothers that the behind the scene footage got leaked and such. So there was evidence. The moment there was yep, you can't hide it now. We can see.
Muteki says, "Do kids know Roadrunner or Wile E. Coyote? They don't need to because enough adults do to drag kids to the movie."
Also, it's cartoon. It's fun cartoon.
Fun cartoon stuff. They'll fall in love with it. It'll be you need generational touch points for these things.
Also, John. So there's your
like a goofy movie. Cena. You're gonna go to that damn movie whether you like it or not, Max.
I mean, John Cena.
They go to your concert.
John
exactly.
Cena, yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, LPH. Good point. Yeah, happy 100th anniversary, Warner Brothers. We're still your company's being destroyed left and right.
Yeah. The fact that they're trying to sell the film to other Warner Brothers is the first. Warner Brothers, I think it's Warner Brothers the only company so far I've seen that hates their own properties.
I know, because what are the 3 things they canceled?
Batman
movie, Scooby movie, and a Looney Tunes movie. Are you kidding me?
I mean, was it Batman Crusader? Soon needs a home, or did it got a home already?
Cape Crusader got a home at Amazon Prime. But I was talking Batgirl. Yeah. They dumped Batgirl, which is a Batman adjacent movie. They dumped a Scooby Doo movie. And they dumped, even though Scooby-Doo and, DC and Hanna-Barbera were acquired, but they're still tenants of the Warner Brothers, franchise. And then, this, Looney Tunes is, their start. That's where everything came from.
The fact that they had to find a home for a Batman cartoon is so baffling, because you air my Superman fine.
It's stupid they had to find a home for a Coyote movie starring John Cena. Just release it. What is wrong with these companies? And it's also this problem that's been going back, because I gotta remind you guys, Warner Brothers has an AI program that decides their theatrical, decides what movies to make and decides how to release them. And probably their AI said, "Oh, you don't need to release this." It's.
Again, they did not see. They didn't. You ever wonder if any company see their own movies? Warner Brothers didn't, because they didn't watch Space Jam 2.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing is what's going to take to get rid of David Zaslav when nobody wants to work for him. Also, after the studio gets sold to Universal, because that seems to be his end game here.
Because I'm pretty sure it has WB's
so bad.
Have we got the details of WB's financial report?
They haven't put out their quarterly yet, but I imagine it's not good.
Yeah, because I know there's a financial video. That's where that stupid comment about Zaslav going we can't get a kids audience.
I will say though, it does feel like Zaslav's entire goal here was to devalue Warner Brothers so he could turn around and sell it to Universal. And guess what? Universal's getting $9 billion from Disney next year for the rest of Hulu. So
also,
they got the money now.
Hope that Mario gave them. And also Mario gave them a lot of money, I imagine.
Yeah, and their theme parks are killing it right now. Universal's winning the theme park wars.
But so.
Hey, Commodore 64.
I think
Star Wars.
Yes.
But yeah, the only way to get him kick is like the upper heads or such will see how much money, like they'll compare how much money they lost / gain with him versus the other companies and go like, oh no, we're in red territory, get him out of here.
Yep. Muteki says Universal has Harry Potter, and that's a WB film. That's another reason why they want WB. It's one of the reasons why Disney bought Fox, because they already had an Avatar land, built, constructed there, making money for them. Like, why not own the IP too to really lock it in place? On that note, we got a couple news topics for toys before we get into like discussion stuff. I think we can roll through these pretty good. What do you guys think? We're moving at a good clip today.
I don't think so. I think we're failing.
You think we're failing? Okay, that's fair. I appreciate.
I don't know. I just want to say some weird shit. I just want to go against the grain. Just to do
Wheels.
Chaos.
We hired you to go against the grain, so keep graining.
Exactly.
Let's see here. So I'm gonna prep the toy news, but I think we got kind of like our entertainment news done. Do you guys get any other like further thoughts on just the current state of the entertainment industry? Because I think it's just falling apart and everything's on fire, but I'm like way too close. I'm
trying to think. Is there any company that's doing all right? Not good, but all right.
Universal
right now. Yeah, What? Yeah, I guess it's Universal.
I think that's it.
Okay, well, because I think it's because he done nothing in terms of like controversy. They just like they just release.
They just release stuff and make money, and if they don't make money, they just release the next thing.
Yeah, they don't say anything. Yeah. Versus every other company.
Because like, what was it? Like, The Exorcist was a disaster, but then Five Nights at Freddy's made up for it and then some.
Yeah.
The stream ended and came back. Oh, did we blip? I think we blipped.
Yeah, it did.
We're back. We're back. Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, you get an ad if it blips. If it blips, it'll get an ad. I'm gonna wait a minute before we get into the next part of the news. Yeah, I think Universal's the only one that's stream keeps ending. Okay. YouTube. Warner Brothers on us too. It's like we were talking about Digimon. And it just oh my god. Yeah, Commodore 64. Universal's killing theme parks indeed, and Disney is sadly going down the drain through amusement park. I agree. I mean, Universal knows how to do construction too. It just takes so long for Disney to do construction. Like, they're remodeling the boat, the Mark Twain, and it's supposed to take 5 months. Meanwhile, Universal could retheme Jurassic Park and Jurassic World in 8 months. Like, it's crazy to me. Stream is down. Stream is coming back. It should be back. Let me put this in here. It blipped. It should be back now. Refresh if needed.
Cass, guess what happened on GBO?
I don't know.
Speak about GBO.
What's that thing that always happens?
It kicked you out.
There's this thing called the Ace matches.
Yeah.
What happens when I'm in an Ace match? No, the joke. I'm the Ace. You're the Ace. Yeah, me not realizing. Hey, how many kills did I get? Oh, I got all the kills.
Yeah.
Hey, chat.
Oh no.
Wheels plays Gundam. So do I, but he plays a lot more. Although it's kind of hard at me, and I always feel like telling them, "Hey, what do you see? What do you see the actual Ace we have in our squad?"
Wait till you see the actual new type. I'm just a psycho new type programmed with his
GBO 2 is Gundam Battle Operation 2.
Yeah.
Jerry, you know what you are? You're the full frontal to my Char Aznavour.
The hell?
They genetically put my DNA into you or whatever. Like they put my data into you. They're like, "Yep, you're just a Wheels clone." Jerry is a Char clone, but in this case, he's a Wheels clone.
Hey, chat, is everybody back? Because we're for some reason blipping. Thanks, OBS. You're the best. Lots of freezing. I'm noticing. Oh, he just dropped to 0. Okay, now.
Oh, crud.
Yeah, my connection's dying completely. It's blipping.
That's OBS for you. Because it'll just randomly kill your upload speed for no reason.
I know. I opened a Bandai Tamashii page. That was my mistake.
That is exactly your mistake. I hate Bandai Tamashii page. It's optimized poorly.
All right. I'm looking at my.
Is your VPN off? My VPN is off.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, Crunchyroll store is a nightmare. Let me just do this. Can you guys remember January 30th for me in case I ask?
January 30th.
January 30th.
Thank you.
Chevrolet, Zebra, and Honesty.
Bandai's web pages are sucking up data. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're better. Are we getting better?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Try refreshing. Hellfire said, man, WWE took this stream personal.
That's what's attacking us. Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Daddy
why
Monk.
is it? I have 13% drop frames right now. What, am I streaming at 60 frames a second? What the heck are you doing, OBS? All right, I think we're good.
It's happened to me, Soundout, when it's happening with OBS. And I think it's your internet's still fine. It's just like, no, it's not. I'm like,
all right, I think we're good. Chat, are we good? Are we getting there? I hope we're good. I don't think my heart can handle it if it's not.
You're like, I want to blast through this to stream. Nah.
Okay. All right.
I'm forcing this filler arc.
It just went to 0 again. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no.
Everyone's like, oh, it's fine. And then it just 0.
You know why it's screwing you? Because right now my computer's starting to sort of work again.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm still going to have to go to... I'm still going to go take it in tomorrow because, like I said, the fact that Windows Defender keeps turning on when it shouldn't be is a problem.
Well, he also computer stealing Sound's computer's soul.
All right.
Maybe. All right, now let me steal his video editing services while we're at it.
Okay, I'm gonna push forward because we have this Naruto.
What's this Adobe video editor system on my computer now? Oh man, I acquired it. Now I got your power.
No, yeah, I got your power.
All right.
Are
we good? Are we good?
Yeah, are we?
All right. I don't know why it says 60. I think it got a new setting. I don't think I can change it without stopping the stream. So, pushing forward. All right. Naruto Shippuden Set 2 is coming out January 30th. That's why I said remember January 30th. The cover's got Sakura and Lady Chiyo versus Sasori on it. You can see that it will contain episodes 28 through 55.
How long was that fight?
That was too many episodes.
When did this first set come out?
First set came out 2 weeks ago.
No, when did? Oh, well, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
okay.
Set 1 came out 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
Set 2's out in January.
Like slow. Okay.
It's not too bad. It's like
so
every
3
3 months. I broke again. All right. Every 3 months is pretty much the rate. I think once we get to the HD episodes, it'll go quicker. I just have a feeling that's going to happen.
Because they remastered them on these early episodes, right?
Yes, they upscaled them. They've upscaled the non-HD episodes. So I think the HD episodes it'll come out a little quicker. Like maybe they'll just do like every other for the HD episodes.
Wheels is out. I think you killed him, Sound.
Oh yeah, God, everything's. Yeah. I'm tempted to hit stop and restart, but I don't think YouTube will like that.
That'll cost two. It's like free both streams.
Shout Jumanji.
I think we're better.
I'm trying to figure out what's sucking the bandwidth. Let me do some things here. Let me switch to intermission. I'll be right back, guys. We're gonna switch to intermission.
try what again?
All right, we're back. I closed some stuff. Let's keep pushing forward. SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8 got announced, which makes me a happy little boy.
He's a lot slimmer than I thought he would be. I can imagine it might be used in anime.
Yeah, it's using the anime designs for
To
sure.
take that figure. I can't wait to take that figure and customize it into the one.
The one from
the next.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Beast the one. Yeah.
Beast the one.
He looks great. Articulation's on point. Like he just looks really great.
I'm glad he comes with a goofy face because Kaiju number 8 is actually pretty funny.
Oh god, the manga is hilarious. Like it's so funny. And I'm looking forward to the anime, just because of the merch. But like, look at this is beautiful. I mean, this is one of the most expressive looking Figuarts in a while, and his price is 5,500 yen. He comes out in April. He's a retail release. He will be getting a US release as well.
I'd ask what is Kaiju number 8?
Kaiju number 8. I'll tell the story. Kaiju number 8 is the story of a man who worked in the Kaiju cleanup squad. Blipped again?
We got another blip.
It just said it was good.
Obviously, it was wrong.
Lied.
Yeah. Hellfire said ad break.
Why does this keep happening every week, guys?
I lied. Get it, Wheels.
Yep. I lied. You lied.
Ooh la la la.
I don't know why I'm freezing in place. Just to add.
It's like a real show ad break. It's like dun dun dun, like and it just cuts commercial.
Yeah.
Back after these messages.
After these messages, be right back.
Info cards.
Thomas said my video of the stream just ended.
Oh my god.
Type in there something.
I need to make a new title card for what we're calling right now. It's not news time right now, guys. It's bandwidth problems time. What is going on? It's so inconsistent too.
I feel bad. I feel bad for the post stream people.
I do feel bad. I feel bad. I'm sorry, post stream people are watching this later. Like, what's going on? Bandwidth problems. Thomas said refreshed back.
Like, why are we just rambling?
I would ask my YouTube rep, but I can't contact them during a stream. I'm gonna hit them up.
Or he'll end up probably like, he'll end up what do you call it? Doxing himself again if he tries to call.
I'm not gonna call him. I'm just gonna go. Let's see. Where is YouTube support?
Live try to fix everything on stream.
I don't remember where the button is. They moved it. All right, we're gonna do this later.
Oh no!
I'll hit them up later and figure out what's going on. Refresh.
Boy, what's going on?
All right. I'm gonna keep going, guys. Is it running? Like, Ryan, is it running on your side?
It's running on my side.
Okay.
My side, I see you.
Cool. So, Kaiju number 8 is a manga series getting an anime in April, the same month this figure art comes out. Good job, Bandai.
It's a Jump Plus series, which is also practically shown in Jump. Same with Chainsaw Man.
It is about a 32-year-old man who was part of the Kaiju cleanup crew that always wanted to be part of the Kaiju Defense Force, but could never pass the test for it. And he finally passed the test after accidentally ingesting a Kaiju and becoming a Kaiju himself.
More of the Kaiju forcing itself down on him.
It's true. I mean, he didn't close his mouth either. But anyways, Kafka Hibino here is one of my favorite characters ever. I
love him so much.
He is Kaiju number 8. That's his identifying name because he's an identified Kaiju. And
Kaiju
he is the main hero.
Kaiju number 8 is the best Ultraman manga I've ever read.
Yes. It does. It's got a lot of Ultraman vibes. If you guys haven't read the manga, I'd recommend the manga, but there is an anime coming out in April being done by Production IG, so hopefully it's good. And this figure art's coming out, and you'll probably see me review it. Viewership be damned, I'm reviewing this thing. So, Thomas says I have all the manga for this and can't wait for this series to start. Me too. I have all my physical volumes now. I am caught up on the manga.
I need to read the newest chapter, so I didn't get the chance to read that yet.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I love that. I love that series so much. All right, next thing. We gotta keep moving. We gotta keep pushing forward. This is the hard one.
Or else YouTube will kill us. YouTube kills us.
SH Figuarts Combinator Gotchard was announced. He is 7,700 yen. He is not a Seiho. That is a discount price because he's actually 9,900 yen, but the first one you purchase at a store is 7,700. If you buy multiples, it's 9,900, and all future releases will be 9,900 yen. This is ridiculous for a base rider form that doesn't even seem to have torso articulation because of how awkward he's posed, and it's all because of the frickin' chrome that makes filming a nightmare as is, and it wasn't worth doing. All right, I'm done.
Oh, that's why.
Metal, right?
Yep, it's all vac metal. All the blue part is vac metal.
Does it come with any accessories or anything? Or
we have no idea because they haven't put out the full details. But yeah, if you walk into a store in Japan and you buy 3, the first one will be 7,700. The other 2 will cost you 9,900.
Why would you buy 3?
I don't know. I was just making a fake scenario. But it's a first purchase price. Usually it's like 5,500 yen, and then the first purchase price is 3,500. This case, the first purchase price is 7,700, but it's normally 9,900. Spin Dash says, can't wait for this to be chipped or faded in 2 years, 5 years. Yeah, no, legitimately, I don't want this.
How is Kaiju Member H?
I love how this is another main rider figure art to skip.
Yep. I don't want this.
Oh, really?
It's too expensive.
How is Kaiju Member H more cheaper than this?
We have no confirmation if he's coming with his weapons either. He may just come with hands.
Because I'm pretty sure it's still an entry-level figure, quote unquote.
It's the chrome. The reason why Kaiju number 8 is cheaper is because he's all matte plastic. This is chrome, and the chrome made it expensive. It's the chrome is not worth it. It never was worth it on the suit. It's not worth it here.
Watch them release a second edition one without chrome later.
Because I'm also worried about that torso. That torso looks like it has 0 movement in it.
I was say, that stock photo looks pretty bad. He looks squat. Like something about like.
That's the only photo we have so far, by the way. So, it's these 3 photos.
Does it come with any Kimmy cards at least?
We have no idea. We don't have any details yet. We just have a price, and we have that he's coming out. We don't have a release date. It's just we're waiting to find out more details. But he's priced like a Seiho, and he's just a normal figure, and I don't like that. So. Yeah, Psycho says, have you seen some of the Night Survives on Mandarake? The blue's all gone, and I feel the same with this. Yeah, I don't. It's not sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable at all.
Night Survive had vacuum metal?
No, it had the metallic paint that wore off, like the Kuga forms did, the originals.
What figures use vacuum metal? Like
Garo.
I'm trying to think. Has your Garo survived?
Garo survived fine. That was 9,900 yen, but that was also a Seiho.
And was it Premium Bandai also?
Yep. I have a chromed out Mazen Kaiser, who is I have a chromed out Mazen Kaiser who was a Super Robot Shigoken. He's fine, but again, Premium Bandai, limited run, higher quality. This is a retail. They've never done chrome retail like this before.
I don't remember him having that issue.
Yeah. So like the thing is like when I say Seiho price, I mean like Kamen Saga is like 9,000 yen. So, like, this is Seiho pricing for a normal figure that doesn't come with nearly as many accessories or as good articulation as a Seiho has. So, all right.
Does the news have anything about Gorgeous Guy, who called everything gorgeous?
No, we don't have any news yet for him, but we will soon, I think. Gorgeous. He's so weird. Yep, getting a stream warning again. Just as I open P Bandai.
God.
Just it won't. If it says, I bet it won't be as bad as the Transmetal Chrome. I don't trust Bandai that much. Oh god, there was Soto news. I forgot about it. All right, the Dark Keyvat belt went up on P Bandai US before it did Japan. So just so you know, the Rapture is coming. Like I don't know. It's just times are weird right now. If I'm being honest, like everything is so strange. But you can order it at P Bandai US. Toe Collectible said there would not be a US release. That is false. There's not going to be a US retail release, so therefore they can't get it, but it will be on P Bandai US. Pre-orders are open until January 20th, or unless they sell out earlier. $240.
40 is
not bad.
240 is not bad, honestly, for a CMS.
Yep, it's everything you expect from a Dark Kiva belt. This website's taking too much bandwidth. We're moving on. Turtles of Grayskull got its full reveal of its toys, which I want to just kind of gloss over. I don't really want to get into depths.
I think, if I remember, Shredder, Raph, and Mossman are the new
and
ones.
Beastman, and Ramman,
and
and Slacker.
Yeah. Yes,
so here's the poster. Poster's cool. Let's get to the figures. This is our last toy news topic, so I'm kind of like rushing it. I want to get over to the tier listing. Kyle says P-Band US is the way to get CSM Sword. I hope they stop doing FOMO and just allow you to purchase it once it releases. They have been doing that with some stuff, including even Digimon stuff that'll be available like afterward. So that's a thing. Here we got mutated He-Man. We talked about him before. I think he looks cool.
Leo,
Leo's in
Donnie,
armor.
Trapjaw, and I think
there's Man at Arms.
Man at Arms. Man at Arms are the ones.
Krang's pod is removable, so you could technically put him into any figure's waist.
And he creates abominations. Woo!
Also, Trapjaw's Mouser hand actually does separate and become a Mouser.
Yeah, the regular Mouser. I love that.
Here's Shredder. He's not as exciting as I thought he would be. He's kind of just Shredder.
I like it still. I
like
it. It's
Raph has Ram Man vibes. Here's Beastman, who's got like samurai armor, and then we've also got this Mossman that looks like his head can swap out for that plant thing, so it looks like Audrey Chu from Little Shop at Horrors.
It's great.
So. We'll talk about that line more, I think, in the future as like they come out. Oh wait, I forgot to. Sorry. We got Ram Man. And then also we got Slacker. Slacker's a Slash and Faker mix.
I love Slacker. I love that main pun.
Yeah, and Ram Man's an actual Ram.
Ram looks cool, but man, it's so weird to see Ram Man not in like that tube-shaped body I'm used to seeing him in.
Okay, let's see if I can save the bandwidth by closing my notes app, and let's get to some tier listing. Let's do it. Let's list some tiers, guys.
Do we do Digimon since that's only one ding versus 3 dings for?
We're doing Digimon first. Infinite says, "Oh, welcome, Ghost Trains." Infinite says, "Where's Mikey?"
Also,
Wave 2 because we don't have Mikey. We don't have Tila. We don't have Casey. We don't have April either.
Splinter.
There was a poster of like all the characters. We're still missing half of them. So.
Also, for people wondering, there will be no spoilers for Digimon 0 to the beginning.
There's not gonna be spoilers for anything I talk about when we're tier listing. So. Don't worry about spoilers, but... Alright, so it's time to update the Digimon tier list because Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning came out. Let me make this bigger. I don't need to make it that small. Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning came out. Sorry, I just need a sip of water. I went and saw it last week. I think I'm the only one that saw it in this circle. I liked it a lot.
See it, Tally.
I really, really loved it. It was very much... a Digimon 02 movie because it kept to a lot of the core tenets of what made 02 great. And I guess this isn't really news time. I'm going to turn that off there. It kept 02's core elements while telling a news story that could stand on its own, which I thought was really cool. I liked the news story they told. I also liked that they didn't try to disrupt the 02 cast dynamic. Because it always felt like with Tri and Kizuna, they're like, how do we add tension to the adventure group? There was none of that. It was just like these 6 people like each other and they're working together on stuff. And I really liked that a whole lot. The question, I guess, ultimately becomes...
went in and retcon characters. They literally like changed who they were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
none of that happened. Yep. Like Davis, Ken, Yoli, Cody, they all felt exactly how they were in 02, but they were older. Like they all evolved and but they were still the same people. Like they didn't suddenly, switch personalities.
They didn't turn Joe into a loser.
Exactly. They didn't try to repeat arcs from the show or anything like that. Like they evolved and they were great. I will say that it's not like a perfect movie, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. One of the things I liked was that, like I said,
Soundout, can I quote what Twitter was saying to me? Was that they sidelined the Adventure 02 cast in their own film?
They didn't.
In the
beginning?
Criticism that's on the Twitter.
I've seen that criticism. I think that's absolutely false. I think if you think they're being sidelined, you're not paying attention close enough. Because the movie isn't about them, but it is still their movie. That movie, the thing is that Louis and Ultraman are the motivation for the story, because the 02 characters, their story was done. They're on their way to go towards the epilogue, right? They don't need to have a new story added to it. What they needed was they were there to support Louis and Ultraman and their story and their journey. So in the same way that they kind of supported Wallace, the way that they supported the other Digimon, the Digidestined from around the world, they are supporting the core story. Because there isn't like the problem with trying Kizuna is they're trying to add story where there didn't need to be story, right? Let's add new drama to the adventure cast, right? But I will say that I think that they did not sideline the 02 cast, but they are supporting the new story that's being told while not wrecking the dynamic they have. And I think that was a really smart decision because it didn't fall into the pitfall that the previous Digimon films have done. Also, there was this really great thing where they actually people always talk about like Davis never changed, Davis never grew as a character, but they actually gave him like they kind of showed he had developed as a person, which I think was really nice.
I always argue with that because Davis
he does have an arc. He does have. What was it? Mark from With the Will said it best. Davis is a one-dimensional character, but you can get behind that one dimension.
Yeah, he's not a deep-cater, but that's why I like him. He's happy-go-lucky, but a good happy-go-lucky.
But to say he never changes is wrong. He does have significant growth over the course of the series, and he has growth in this film.
How can he be less? His arc was, how can I be less of a douche?
Yeah, how can I be less impulsive, right? How can I be less jumping at things? And I think they did a good job at that.
Because his entire arc was being an egotistical little...
He did, and he grew to be humble at the end of the series.
Exactly, and that continues forward here. I think everybody's stories continued forward.
Especially
it wasn't like focused on let's give everybody a side plot, because that would have it's one movie, right? But it allowed everybody played a part, And the thing is, like when I see the sideline comment, it bugs me because in Kizuna, people were sidelined. Sora was basically not there. Joe and Mimi were kind of there. Izzy and TK and Kari were more there. But like they shoved characters out of the way in Kizuna. They didn't do that here. All 6 characters stay together the whole time, and they're working through and helping with the situation. And I think that was the coolest thing. So I think that again, guys, no spoilers in the chat because we don't want to give too much away. Cause it was only on theater screens 2 nights. Not many people got to see it. They should have had a longer run. But the thing is, I think that everybody got to do something.
Not Demon Slammers.
Yeah, it's not like Demon Slayers or even Godzilla's getting. But
it's just it's a fandom event.
It's a fandom event. But the thing is, to go back to this, Infinite says so. It's pre-epilogue adventure before the end. Yeah, so because the epilogue was 25 years in the future. This is like 10 years after 02. So it's kind of in there. Spin Dash says, does it fix anything that Tri and Kizuna broke? You can't fix what Tri broke because it broke too many things, which is why it's not canon. Even though it's canon, it's not in continuity.
The Tri we saw is not canon, but the events happen.
Right. And they actually do make a Tri reference in this, which I thought was neat. The film did sort of, there was a lot of discussion about the ending of Kizuna and how it fits in the timeline. I feel like the beginning gives you enough clues that you can piece it all together on your own, which I think is great. Without bogging the movie down with, like, let's explain everything. Like, it's just, like, it gives you enough to work with. And Fire Fear, like, that's a good point. The movie is incredibly dark, especially in the middle third, which, again, won't say why, but it caught the entire theater off guard, which I thought was kind of great at the same time. There was somebody that was sitting behind me that was like, I did not sign up for this, and my mom leaned over at one point, and she was like, this wasn't what I expected, and I was like, neither was I, but that it was a good kind of a surprise. So for me, this is going to be, Psycho was asked earlier, Oh yeah, there was no kids in my theater either. Fire Fury, it was all adults, which is fine. But you know, Psycho was asked if I was going to move Ghost Game because time has passed. Nah, it's probably going to stay there. But what I am going to do is I'm going to move 02 up because I rewatched it in Japanese, and then I actually was like, man, I really do love 02. So 02 is going to move up.
02 has always been good sub and dub.
Yeah. Having seen both versions now, it's a solid show.
It's not like Digimon Adventure where like Digimon Adventure is kind of actually weaker sub than dubbed, weirdly enough.
But 02, I can watch either, no problem. With Adventure, I'd rather watch Adventure dubbed, but 02 is just great both.
The problem I have with Adventure going back to it's slow. It's very slow to start with.
It's very slow.
Yep.
And remember, Soundout, what's the biggest thing? Some jackass thought Bolero was a good idea for critical points of the show when it has nothing to do with the concept. Like,
I know. I was watching the movie and Bolero starts the beginning of 02 the beginning, and I was like, oh, Wheel's gonna hate the beginning of this movie.
What's Bolero again? What's Bolero again?
It's a classical music piece. They've been using it ever since the first Adventure film. It opens every Digimon Adventure movie in Japanese.
Yeah, and for some reason, some jackass at Toei thought it was like this great song to fit in with a show about kids coming of age fighting monsters.
Yep. Well, anyways,
that song plays in the original Adventure like 8 to 12 times.
Before we get there, I'm going to put 02 the beginning right below 02, just above Atmon. This may change, over time. Like, I need to watch the beginning again. Someone said you should have waited for the Blu-ray.
Dinner. I'll be back.
All right. The only thing that still hurts my brain with 02 was the flashback with Rio and Millennium Mon. Yeah, it's because we didn't get the Wonder Swan games.
Because I kind of love you didn't mention any of the Wonder Swan games during your.
Oh no, I was like, someone left a comment. They're like, "Oh, but the Wonder Swan games." I'm like, yes, but I'm trying to make the guide accessible to new people. and
not tell them the style of fan translations of
exactly. And the thing is, of the fan translations, I can't find an English patched version of Brave Tamer. I can only find the first 3 of the Wonder Swan games.
That song.
Also, Psycho-O's, I agree. Toei needs to make a Tamers movie that's just about Guillemon bread.
I want Savior's movie so badly.
I know. That's the least likely one to happen, but I want it. I think this is a good ranking for now. I'll probably come back to this later and change it up.
I'm so glad 02's game more low, because I feel like 02 for a long time was hated on or trashed on.
It was
stuff like that. So I'm glad
people were like, "Oh, Adventure's better." I'm like, you can have a preference, but I think you should enjoy it.
It felt like for a long time it felt like that. Like the common sense was 02 is that weird sequel to Adventure. So I'm glad it's being turned around so much now.
I think the more people watch it too, outside of the nostalgia bubble, start to realize the nice part about it. Ghost Trains, I'm glad that you knew about it, that it was good to get into the video. The video was I'm stumbling on my words. I apologize. Yeah. No, it's not just the US side. Japan also, I don't know if Japan loves 02 and then Toei and Bandai didn't want to do it. Because the problem is that I can't tell if it was Toei and Bandai pushing Adventure so much that made it seem like nobody liked 02 in Japan. But it may have just been that people did and they just weren't, the market wasn't tapped into.
Hey, we're getting more Frontier stuff as of late, thank God.
We are. Digimon card game has helped us so much. It's made Digimon popular again.
The world is healing.
So we're gonna go from World is Healing to the
timeline.
The train is on fire and crashing into the station.
And the time variants are opening up. So question about your MC tier list. What was the latest? Was it No Way?
When did I do this? Let me. I gotta do something real quick.
I see Eternos on there.
This is no offense to Muteki, but Ryan, could you go hide his most recent comment? It's kind of a spoiler.
Muteki? Okay,
yeah. They appreciate it. All right, the last time I did this tier list, the most recent movie was Eternals, because I did it for No Way Home.
I think I think you released this around the time No Way Home came out.
I checked it out. It was December 2021. Was when I did an MCU tier list. I have watched a lot more MCU stuff since, and at the time I didn't include any of the Disney Plus shows because there was only a couple of them.
Oh, they are, but they are movies according to behind the scenes.
So here's the thing. This is what we're adding today. Because I also went binging Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. And
do you have the Netflix shows?
I have only put Daredevil Season 1 because I did not watch the Netflix shows when they came out. Apologies to the fans of the Netflix shows. I just wasn't feeling it at the time. I watched all of Daredevil Season 1 over the weekend, so that's now in here. I just started Jessica Jones Season 1 this morning. I'm kind of trying to watch all of the Netflix shows before Echo, because that's doing so many callbacks that I'm like, it's time.
Alright.
So there isn't going to be any of the shorts are here. I left out the I Am Groot. I left out WHIH Newsfront. Like,
the specials are here.
Yeah, the specials are here. But I left out like the shorts and stuff because I was just like, that's just too much. But we got 7 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D., 2 seasons of Agent Carter. Inhumans is in here. We're gonna roll with this. We don't have to discuss it all.
You can speed run Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have not telling. I want to watch Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'll speed run most of this because it already is 6:45. I do want to get this tier list in. Soul Man, you just got back. I haven't ranked anything new yet. Moon Knight's not on here yet.
Yeah, we just started. All right.
I do want to say I did add a new category because I had to, called Why.
Why? I know what's going there.
All right, see you later, Zeltrex. So I'm gonna, kind of forgotten movies, passable, whatnot. I think.
Question. Do you want to do any changes, or you think?
I'm trying to look and see if I want to make changes because I feel like I want to drop some movies. Like Ragnarok's an A for me now. Ragnarok has soured a little bit over time, if I'm being honest.
Is it because of the film itself, or what, like the thing of films after it?
The film itself. I rewatched it for Love and Thunder, and I was like, this is still good, but not that good. I'll still put Guardians 2 up here. Werewolf by Night is one I have to rank. Don't worry, we'll get there. I think Shang-Chi still. I think Civil War's coming down too. Civil War's coming out of S.
Really?
I'm gonna leave Ant-Man, Black Panther, Shang-Chi, and Guardians 2 in S.
Okay, good. Shang-Chi is a good movie. I don't care what people say.
Ant-Man the Wasp is coming down to B. Because I think Quantumania put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm pretty good with A. Otherwise, B.
Well, we know.
C.
Well, it's not on here, but we all know Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaurs S tier.
Yes,
right?
but it's not an MCU show officially.
As much as Disney wants to make you think it is.
Exactly. All right. MODOK's also not on here because that's not an MCU show. Even though I love MODOK. MODOK is great. That shows.
It's Cloak and Dagger is
Cloak and Dagger,
right?
Runaways, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Defenders. All of those would count, except I haven't watched them. And if I haven't watched them, we're not ranking yet.
MODOK and Hitmonkey's not MCU.
No, none of those are MCU. So
I mean, are people, you think maybe we should update this later to include not all the Fox and Sony films eventually?
Yeah, if we were going to do like a Marvel thing, that would be something. Quantumania had MODOK, but we'll get there. All right, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I did break down everything season by season because there is a way to rank those. Because even on the old Disney Plus shows, the seasons were pretty distinctive. Okay, so Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1. This was kind of like, you could see the formula of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being like, oh, it's like a case of the week show. They go after this specific thing. They're going to find this superpowered person. They're agents. But then Winter Soldier happened and blew up S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. was fallen. It was taken over by Hydra. And that final arc is great. That being said, I think it's still a low B for the season overall. Because the first part of the season is very episodic. I enjoy that kind of stuff, but it's not as strong as the later seasons. Season 2 was them dealing with the fallout of Hydra's infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. I'd say that season's pretty good. I'm going to put it right below Spider-Man Homecoming. I think it was pretty solid. There was a lot of good shakeups. There was a lot of great characters introduced. It actually has an arc that leads into Age of Ultron directly. In probably the best seamless connection that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and there's plot holes in Age of Ultron that were already solved because of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Spin Dash, yes. Plans for the show did get derailed because of Winter Soldier. It was supposed to be just an episodic case of the week show, and then they had to deal with the Hydra stuff, and then that changed the whole show, and then it became more serialized, and I think it became more interesting. All right, Agent Carter season 1, probably one of the best Marvel shows they've ever produced. That's definitely an A tier for me. That show was highly underrated. More people should see that, and I really do think, in general, Agent Carter season 1 was a great way to explore Peggy Carter's life after Steve Rogers left. It was sad, and it was just like her picking up the pieces and being able to move on from her life. Yeah, there was 2 seasons for Agent Carter. All right, Daredevil. Like I said, this is only season 1. I just finished this. It was incredible. I'm probably also gonna still put it in A. It's like up there with Agent Carter. They were really good shows. The 13 episodes gave it like time to breathe. I think, Agent Carter is on Disney Plus. I highly recommend it. It's only like 2 seasons. I get 16 episodes in total. It's really good. But Daredevil was fantastic. Season 1, I still have to watch the rest of it. But that first season, having the 13 episodes gives you breathing room in a way that, the 6-episode format right now is just choking every show that's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, because they're not shows or movies.
Exactly. All right, so then we get to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 3. This is where the show really starts picking up. I'm gonna put this one above Endgame.
Was season 3 when they introduced what's his name, Ghost Rider?
That was season 4. Season 3 was the Inhuman season. They started doing the human stuff in season 3. Awesome. Really, really gripping. I think season 3 was when I could start binging the show, like 5 or 6 episodes at a time. Just like bam, bam, bam. I could bang out episodes of season 3. Really, really good season. They did a lot of stuff with the Inhumans I thought was great, and I think it's where the show really started to become itself at that point. Season 2 of Agent Carter, also really good. It's just a little bit not as good as season 1, because season 1's really, really tight, because it was supposed to be a miniseries. So season 2 is expanding on it, but the character stuff they do there was really great. I would have loved for Agent Carter to continue. It bums me out there wasn't a 3rd season. But they did kind of resolve some of the plots. There was a couple hanging plot threads at the end of season 2. It did have a bit of a cliffhanger, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. picked up those plot threads in season 7. So it's not an unresolved show anymore. All right, season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though, that is an S tier easily. This was their...
Is it because of Robbie Reyes?
Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider was... And it's not even that. Like, they were going to do Ghost Rider for the entire season, but didn't have the budget, so they made a really great 8-episode arc with Ghost Rider. Really fantastic adaptation of the character. Really great stuff. The next art dealt with an LMD that was created, like Life Model Decoy, and she went nuts and then started messing with things. And then the last part of that was them being stuck in an alternate reality where they were agents of Hydra instead of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I loved that season, and I loved how there was like you can group the episodes of that season together really easily, and they actually changed the title card to do so as well. But that I thought was a great thing, spectacular. Ending was crazy because the ending of that season was nuts. But I loved Ghost Rider in that, and I'm still waiting for Robbie Reyes to return to the MCU because he was so well done here. And it's not even like it's necessarily like a faithful adaptation, but like it's a really good adaptation. Spin Dash, I left the shorts off just to keep it simple. All right, next up we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot. This was, I said I left shorts off, but this together is like a half-hour episode. So I kind of treated it like a special.
Yeah, but it might as well be a special.
It's kind of like a special. This was a nice spotlight for Yo-Yo, also known as Slingshot, one of the Inhumans on the S.H.I.E.L.D. team. One of my favorite characters in the show is Yo-Yo. She's great. This kind of explored a lot of backstory for her and kind of like how she ended up joining the team. And they aired it between the Ghost Rider and the LMD arc of season 4. This was pretty good. I don't think I'm going to rank it anything more than a B, but I'll put it like right there with season 3. I got to tell you guys, I really love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it's a 22 episode show seasons usually. But because of that, they get to have so much more character depth and storyline because they don't waste it.
It feels like a TV show because it's a TV show.
It feels like a TV show. It's a well-crafted drama. Infinite says you should dye a Dum Dum Dugan bowler hat to wear when you go out. That's tempting. That's tempting, because Dugan's great. Okay, now, here's the reason why I had to add this tier. Inhumans, why? Why do you exist?
I do not like the show.
I never saw it, and I never plan to.
Here's the thing, guys. It has. I'm going to spoil Inhumans. If anyone cares, I'm sorry, but like I don't. This show did nothing for 8 episodes.
It also had like no budget for some reason. The budget was low.
They bought IMAX cameras, so they didn't have any VFX money.
I mean, that's why they had to shave Medusa's hair.
Yep.
Why would you do that?
Daniel Falconer, exactly. I didn't hate it. I did not actually hate it. I didn't even think it was it wasn't the worst show I've ever seen. It just made me ask why. Also,
I didn't care.
The ending of this movie is the exact same ending to Thor Ragnarok. At the ending of Thor Ragnarok, Asgard gets destroyed, and the people of Asgard have to go settle on Earth because they have to find a new home. And they talk about how the Asgardian people are a people, not a place. Literally, that same exact speech happened in the last episode of Inhumans when Attilan was destroyed, and the Inhumans had to come to Earth, and they were talking about how we are a people, not a place. And I was like, what? And I looked up the release dates. They came out a week apart. And here's the thing. Mitaki's like, Kevin, why did they make this? Kevin wasn't in charge of this. Marvel TV and Marvel Studios were separate divisions at the time. And I think the TV division wanted to undercut Thor Ragnarok by doing the exact same story, except nobody watched Inhumans.
Why do you think Kevin Feige try to eliminate the Inhumans?
Yeah, he doesn't want to do any Inhuman stuff anymore. But he did recognize that Anson Mount was the starring shining star out of the Inhuman show as his portrayal of Black Bolt, and he got to be in Multiverse of Madness in a nice costume, so you know what?
And then died.
And then he died. But he got us that, and I think that was good. But now we're on to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again.
I mean, warning. I mean, isn't remember? I think I'm not sure the head writer or producer, but he was, I think, the same producer did Iron Fist.
Yes, the same head showrunner for Inhumans did Iron Fist, and you wonder why Iron Fist turned out like that. Hey, Don Ranger Power. Yeah, see, Soul Man says when one head literally spontaneously says something, the other does when it's not listening or looking. That's literally how this whole era was, basically. Season 5 Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. showed a alternate future where the Earth is destroyed by Quake, and they have to figure out how to stop it from happening.
Was this the Endgame season or no?
This season overlaps with the Infinity War. They even mention Thanos coming to Earth, and it's funny because the S.H.I.E.L.D. characters are like, "Look, all right, whatever this spaceships on Earth thing. We have a planet we need to stop from being destroyed." They were like, "We do not care about Thanos. We have our own problems." But I thought this was a great season.
Grimace Man can be dealt with other guys.
Exactly. I thought this was a great season. It took it to new heights, and we put it right here between Ragnarok and Far From Home. I'm not thinking too critically on the placement because of timing. I thought it was a great season. It put them in new challenges they never experienced before. It put the characters through the ringer, and they still came out on the other end. And it had what could have been a serious finale. I felt like it could have been ended with season 5, but they got 2 more seasons. And it's kind of like the Justice League Unlimited thing, where season 2 of Justice League Unlimited is perfect ending, but then you have a better perfect ending at the end of season 3, so you're glad they did give them another season. It's like that with S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6 was kind of a different season, and the problem with season 6 and 7 is they don't feel like they're in the main timeline, because it doesn't seem like the snap ever happened. Nobody's talking about half the population vanishing.
Which one was the time travel? Was it 6 or 7?
7 was the time travel one. My theory is that they're actually in an alternate universe during season 5 because they're dealing with time travel and the destroyed Earth possibility, and there's these guys that can travel through time called the Chronotoms. So I think they kind of get transported into alternate universe in season 5, and then that's a universe where the snap doesn't happen.
I imagine TVA. I imagine you try to figure out how to do the TVA with that. Is that interesting?
Yeah, it's kind of fun, but. So Ghost Train says, I would like to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's too many episodes. I'm going to watch One Piece. Guarantee you can finish S.H.I.E.L.D. quicker. So the thing is, this is the funny part. Inhumans, for those wondering, Inhumans is not even canon to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that show failed spectacularly and they were still writing the show because network production and stuff. Inhumans is never referenced by Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They had an Inhuman storyline, but the Inhuman Royal Family storyline and Adelan and all that from that miniseries never comes up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So
you think Inhumans? You think Inhumans 2 can't in main MC, or you think that's an ultra?
It could be a variant timeline. It's could be a variant timeline easily. Inhumans show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it's not the same characters. Anyways, season 6, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was as strong as season 5. I'm probably going to put it, it's got to go above Eternals. Why is Eternals up here? Eternals is like a low B, just for cinematography. I would say that, season 6 was kind of like, they did season 6 and 7 kind of back to back. It's like the part 1 of the story. I don't think it was as interesting. Oh my gosh, though, season 7 was a time travel season. They were jumping around to different points in time. They were doing so much fun episodes. I don't think I can put 2 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. into. It's going to be a high A. Season 7 was amazing. For at least for me, they were doing time travel episodes, which means they were changing the logo font every week. They were changing. Ghost Trains. You're like, I kind of dreaded the MCU stuff. Yeah, I get that. Trust me. I'm a comic reader, so this doesn't phase me, but it's a lot. So anyways, the thing is, they did time travel, they did stylistic changes. They went and had so much fun with the last season. They picked up Agent Carter's hanging plot thread. They did so many cool things. There's an episode that is like a parody of cheesy 80s horror movies. There's an episode that's a parody of 30s noir thrillers. It is the most fun season. They have a time loop episode that I still think is really great. It's an A tier. It's a high A because it's really good. And it plays on everything they had in the previous seasons. Again, plus bringing in some stuff from Agent Carter. Just terrific stuff.
It's so weird that...
Also, speaking of One Piece, Jeff Ward, who plays Buggy the Clown on live-action One Piece, is in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. seasons 5 through 7 as Deke Shaw. So if you have a reason to have crossover between One Piece and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's your reason. And he got to do the cheesy 80s horror episode. He was hilarious.
Oh, so was it a preview of Buggy?
Yeah, when he got cast as Buggy, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Instantly, nope, perfect casting. Daniel Falconer says, now you need to rank Agents characters. Time to make SSSS or SSS tier for Mac. Exactly. It's like Mac and Yo-Yo, and then it's Daisy and May, and then the next tier is Coulson. And then Fitz and Simmons are right there, and then Ghost Rider.
Where's the car go? Where does the car go?
Where's the car go? Oh god, the car's up there with the Hell Charger and Lola are just at the top, and then there's Mac, and then Deke's in there somewhere. I love the characters of that show. I fell in love with that show so much. Bob. Oh god, I'm so sad Bobby left in season 3.
One of the best characters.
Bobby was so good. She was the best.
Getting one of the other greatest characters. Soundout.
Which one? Is it?
Gone.
Don't say Grant Ward. Oh, you mean Enoch?
Yes.
The Chromaton? Yeah, he was great. He was great.
When they had to kill off Enoch, man, I was like, oh, that hurt. That hurt.
The show is
did the typical.
The show actually.
You are my friends.
Yes. No, the show gets you. They get you in the fields. Bobby Morse Mockingbird was in the show too. She got sent off to. I'm going to go be in a spinoff, and then that spinoff never happened. And then she got on the Orville though. So.
Bobby and her ex-husband were great. They were great on the show together.
What was his name? Lance Hunter? Yeah.
I forget which character he was supposed to be in the comics.
They were great.
Also Batman was great on the show. Batman was pretty
Yes.
good. At first I didn't like him.
Jason O'Mara was there.
Yeah. Batman was great. I loved Batman.
Anyways, if you're looking for a Marvel show that has longevity and good characters and storytelling,
that actually feels like a TV show,
and had a conclusion that was planned,
also found out
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I did like though that they made Grant actually a villain that you really hated. I really like that aspect. They made him where you're why won't you just die? And then the alternate universe and the pipe work was the Grant we were promised in season 1, where he's supposed to be actually a do-gooder. I was oh, that was awesome. When they did that whole Grant's the good guy in the digital world.
Ghost Trains, did they retcon Mockingbird because she married Hawkeye? No, because we never got Bobby Morse's agent number. So for God, what is her name? Linda Cardellini's character, who's Hawkeye's wife, is a different character, and she just happens to have the same agent number that Bobby did in the comics.
You mean Velma?
Yes. Miss Piggy's best friend, Linda Cardellini.
I'm glad you were able to remember her name, because I was going to say, hand me your geek card.
I can't remember her character name, though. I just remember Linda Cardellini.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, now it's Disney Plus time, guys. Gotta get to this.
I sadly don't have time, but just gotta get rapid fire dots on these before I go.
Just go for it.
WandaVision, I still like. I still really like Falcon Winter Soldier. I just wish it has more episodes. Loki was good. What If was alright. Hawkeye was great. No Way Home was fantastic. I really like Moon Knight. That just need more episodes. Multiverse Madness is. I need to rewatch the movie, but I like that movie. It's I think where I like that film because it's a Raimi movie than a Marvel movie. I do not like Miss Marvel as a Miss Marvel fan. Thor: Love and Thunder is okay. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great. I haven't finished She-Hulk, but I don't think that was bad. I still need to watch Werewolf by Night.
You haven't seen Werewolf by Night.
I know. I was meant to watch this Halloween. I'm sorry. Wakanda Forever is great. Guardians Holiday Special was fun. Quantum Mania, I don't hate it, but I don't know what that movie was trying to be. Guardian, she was good. And Secret Invasion was trash, and I haven't seen Loki season 2 or the Marvels yet. So that's my quick
as a fellow Kamala Khan Miss Marvels fan, I can say, Ryan, you'll like Kamala in the Marvels.
Well, that's what I hear is she's literally the best part of that movie, from what I hear.
She is great. All right, but all right, go find Ryan on social media at DarkClass643 or in the Discord link below. He's got to get going.
Yeah, make sure to like the stream and join the membership, everybody. Have a nice night, everybody.
See you, Ryan. All right, let's get to it, guys. We got to get through the rest of we got to do phase 4 and 5. Okay, you guys ready?
Many phases. Please remove 3.
All right, WandaVision. That was an actual TV show. I'm gonna put that in top B. Top B? A? A? Do you guys think A? WandaVision.
The fact that Voodoo Child ending that I weirdly called, and I was like laughing my ass off that it happened, made me lose my mind. I made a joke. I go, you know, what'd be great for this scene, Voodoo Child, and all of it out of nowhere, fucking.
Yep. All right, like, WandaVision's going right below Agent Carter. I'm gonna give it an A because it did have some amazing moments. It did the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 thing of having different stuff.
I don't think I was.
Yeah.
You were. I was marking out on the call when Voodoo Child started blaring.
Do you guys see the C and D tier that's not very filled out at the moment? We're getting there. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm gonna put Falcon and Winter Soldier B because I thought it was good. It was a little too short.
I didn't have enough time. There was some stuff going on in that one.
There was a lot going on. I liked it a lot, but it's gonna go in B. Loki. All right.
A lot of that shit got cut too.
Loki season 1 I thought was kind of sloppy. Okay, we'll get back to Loki season 2. All right. Forgive me for putting Loki season 1 in C, but I thought it was a little sloppy. I thought the middle section of the show really struggled. Okay. It was worth it in the end, but if I'm just judging season 1 on its own, the middle section was really sloppy. Okay. What if I didn't like it that much? Do I put it in D or C? I felt like it just didn't do enough with its premise. I mean, I'm glad it existed. It's my favorite MCU Ultron. But I'm going to put it in C. It was okay. It was just okay.
In D.
Daniel Falconer said Falcon had the most forgettable weak villains. Yeah. U.S. Agent was the most compelling villain, and he wasn't even a villain. I know. Infinite, don't worry. The Loki blasphemy is not going to stick. All right, Hawkeye. I'm not going to just mince words here, guys. This is an S tier for me, all right? I just really like Hawkeye. I don't even think it's the best show. It's the one I've watched the most. I've watched it twice already. I love it. It's so much fun, and it's got the Christmas feel, and I really liked it. I really do. I really like Hawkeye a lot. So, it's not the best show, but on a personal favorite, it's just like an Ant-Man being up here. Is Ant-Man here for quality or just because I like it a lot? It's because I like it a lot. Okay, yeah, Hawkeye's that's a personal pick. I love the characters of Hawkeye too. So, big Hawkeye fan. All right, No Way Home.
Oh, hey, we got Vince Russo in the chat.
He's
gonna get the reference if he sees the chat.
Do I rank No Way Home as a movie or as an experience, guys? What do I do?
I mean,
do I move it as a movie or as an experience? Because I think as a movie it's a bit sloppy, but as an experience it's pretty incredible. So I'm just going to put it in A to kind of split the difference here. I'm not going to put it in S because I don't think it's like perfect. It's got a lot of like holes in it, but I'll put it up here with like Civil War because I think that they're about the same. Yeah, welcome back, JoJo Star. Yeah, No Way Home, like, if you take it as just a movie, it's just okay. If you take it as an experience of, like, the culmination of 20 years of Spider-Man, it's pretty great. It's one of those things. It's just like, that. I think it's also why Infinity War and Endgame are here in B. It's because as movies, they don't have as much. Yeah. Hawkeye's up here. It's personal preference. I really love Hawkeye stuff, okay? I have to have a couple hot and spicy takes here. All right, Moon Knight. Moon Knight's a B.
Yeah, we know. We saw your Assassin's Creed video.
Yeah. Oh, No Way Home needed a better soundtrack. I think the soundtrack was great for No Way Home, but it's very clear that they composed it before they got the previous Spider-Mans back because they just kind of throw the themes in there last minute. The soundtrack overall is really good, but it doesn't have as many of the Spider-Man themes organically put in because I don't think they knew that's what they were doing when they composed the movie. But yeah, Moon Knight's B. I mean, it was good, but that ending is atrocious. That final episode was the worst thing I've ever seen. I can't believe they cut it like they did. All right, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. As a MCU film, it's like a C, but it's a Raimi film, so it's like an A. Does that make sense?
Oh, B. High B.
High B, A. I mean, it's a pretty good Raimi movie. It's a little bit chopped up. So
it is. It really is. Like, there's parts of that movie that, like, I was like, man, I enjoy this movie for the spectacle, but the reshoot
syndrome hit it hard. Reshoot syndrome hit it hard.
Like, that annoyed the hell out of me because I was telling Kaus, I think, when I watched it, I was like, man, this movie.
You can tell it was chopped up to bits. You can tell it was chopped up to bits and refilmed. Yeah, I like a lot of what they did, but like it's. Yeah, it was a really Daniel puts bet it's a great MCU movie, but a weak Doctor Strange movie. Yeah, it had like nothing to do with Doctor Strange.
That's exactly why. That's exactly what I said too. I don't know if Jerry remembers that. Yep. I was just like, man, this feels great, but this is not Doctor Strange.
I love Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, so much, but my God, her show was a mess. It should have been like a 13-episode, like, slice of life high school thing that eventually leads up to like a big, save the community battle. Not whatever the hell they were doing with the clandestines and all that. It overcomplicated it. We didn't need to be an end of the world plot.
Also,
yeah, that mutant thing at the end still confuses me. I'm okay with the power switch now because the Marvels justified it, but the mutant thing and throwing the X-Men theme in was just like, Yeah, see Miss Marvel's a C show, but because of Ilan Vellani as Kamala, it's a B. It's a low B, but it's a B. Thor: Love and Thunder. I watched it the first time. I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Yeah. This movie sucks.
It really does.
I was telling y'all that before it came out.
I can't say it's D because I labeled D forgotten, but I don't like what I'm just gonna put it in F. I don't like what they did with Sif. They stumbled. They had good stuff. I could tell they had good stuff with Jane and Gore, but it didn't come together. Again, editing syndrome.
Yeah, it's passable. It's passable. They rushed it too quickly.
It annoys me because I'm sure there was a better balance of humor to drama in the original cut. But because they had to go back and cut and reshoot, you just got way too much humor and not enough drama. Yeah. I still like Jane Thor. That was great we got it, but it just I wish we had Jane Thor movie then Gore the God Butcher movie.
I think they rushed her too quickly out the door because of just how popular
I think doing all of Jane's story in one movie was a real bad disservice.
It was.
Like, it should have been, like, one movie was, like, Jane, and, like, maybe Thor getting his groove back, and then the next movie would be, like, God Butcher, you know? That way you have, like, Jane established.
Gorg, they really screwed up, too. They really, they messed him up.
Because the thing is, I think that what they should have done was that this is, like, what, Thor 4, right? But, like, it could have been, like, the conclusion of a trilogy of, like, Ragnarok, Love and Thunder, and then, like, Gore movie, you know? Like, that could have worked out. It was just...
Yeah.
I did like Jane getting her Thor stuff. That was great. But it didn't come together in the end. There's a lot of good ideas in there. It just not any of them got a time to shine because there was too much and it was crammed. It was just too much editing. Too much editing. All right. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Hot take. This is an A. Maybe not an A. Maybe a high B. Yeah, let's go high B. VFX budgets aside, I thought the writing was pretty strong in a lot of episodes, especially with the side characters. I think Jen got a little shafted because she was on the I don't have self-confidence thread a little too long. But I think it's a solid TV show. It works as a legal comedy. I like the superhero stuff they included. The Daredevil episode's amazing. I love the supporting cast. The supporting cast was terrific. And you know, like it had a whole like story arc with Wong in there. I thought it came together pretty good. It had some problems. It clearly had a budget issue. I liked the ending. I also like She-Hulk a lot, but you know, unlike Hawkeye, where I'm like, this is still like I could just watch Hawkeye and go like, that's a solid show. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it. I do think there is some problems with the She-Hulk show. It's like, it's when you get to the wedding episode and you're like, man, did you guys just not have money for a She-Hulk show? That's what puts it here in B. Even though I did really like it, I've watched it twice. I enjoy it. It just had a few problems, but the supporting cast really helps the show a lot too. I want a second season of She-Hulk. I think that's a show you could do a second season of easily. Just give them some money, or stop writing the episodes to be so She-Hulk heavy. Like, do more legal stuff. Legal stuff is cheap. All right. Anybody going to be surprised when I drag Werewolf by Night all the way to the top of this tier list and leave it there? No, nobody at all. The movie that's a Universal Monsters homage, that's done by a guy who loves Universal Monsters stuff, that composed a score that feels like Universal Monsters stuff, that got remixed into color with Hammer horror color schemes because they're nerds like that, and just in general is like this great like hour-long Halloween special that I could watch multiple times and never get tired of. Of course, it's going to be my favorite MCU thing, and I don't know what else is going to top it, because it goes beyond just MCU. It goes into like my specific like tastes and love as a film nerd. So yeah. Also, yeah, that's right. Soul Man I reminded me. I always kind of forget that Gael Garcia Bernal was also in Coco. Because for me, he was great as Werewolf by Night, as Jack Russell. Daniel Fogner, how did they not immediately greenlight a bunch of Marvel monster specials? Because much like my monster specials, the viewership wasn't there. And that's the self-dunk for the day. Blade and the Monster Force in the MCU. And I'm like, you know what? Why is that Blade movie not just a monster movie if you can't figure out what to do with Blade?
Because they wanted to make a new show about these other characters that never existed before.
Which show? What?
Supposedly one of the reasons the Blade movies screwed up is that they were trying to create new characters.
Yeah. They
sideline Blade.
That's right. Yeah, they were apparently they were going to sideline Blade. And that's why Mahershala Ali said, "No, I'm not. You changed the script, or I'm not doing this." Which good for him, because it sounded like a mess. Do a Midnight Suns movie. Yeah, be great excuse to bring Ghost Rider back. Okay, Wakanda Forever. Oh, Jerry, were you going to say something?
No, he said make Midnight Suns a movie. So yeah, give people reason to buy the game.
Yeah, exactly. That game got shafted. Wakanda Forever is, I think, a pretty great film. I don't know what leaves it in. I'm just going to leave it in A. Probably around Daredevil here. Wakanda Forever can't be an S for me, because S is kind of like this is really good and I'll also want to watch it a whole lot. Wakanda Forever, because of how well made it is and like the emotional weight it carries, it's harder to watch. It hits in the feels a lot harder than the original Black Panther does. So I think that's why I'm just gonna put it in A, because I can't watch it as much, even though it is pretty good. It's really good, really well done movie. All right, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. How can you go wrong with Kevin Bacon? That's an A. That's an A for sure. I don't know where. I'm just gonna put it here. I don't know where to put it. I can't even think anymore. We've been streaming too long. The Guardians Holiday Special was hilarious and heartfelt and awesome, and I'm gonna watch it for Christmas again because that's what I do. Yeah, Daniel Fogger says Wakanda Forever was surprisingly good considering the circumstances. Can't say I see Shuri carrying that part of the universe though. Yeah, I don't think Shuri is sticking as the lead of the Wakanda stuff. I think Okoye is a much more popular lead. I think Shuri as a character is just not like. I think she worked for the movie for her to go through that journey, but I don't think she can really lead. And I think Letitia Wright's not the right actress to be the lead in the face of the Wakanda stuff either, because of her personal decisions. But yeah, no, that's the thing is, it's surprisingly good considering the circumstances. Like, they pulled together a good movie from very tragic circumstances. Okay, Quantum Mania. Why were you like that? Good lord. I wanted to like the movie. And it's not like it's the worst, but I don't want to watch it again. I haven't watched it again. I watched it in theaters, and I was like...
It made Eternals look like a masterpiece.
Yeah, I don't even hate Eternals, because Eternals visually looks good. Yeah, I drink the goo. It's a weird movie. I felt like Peyton Reed was like, "Oh, I didn't get to do a Star Wars movie. I'm just gonna make a Star Wars movie myself." There's stuff I like about it, but like overall, I love Ant-Man, guys. I think if you
feels like this,
yeah,
feels like you're trying to say with this whole movie. Yeah, but no.
Yeah, but no.
But no.
Here's the thing. I think this shows us how far the MCU has fallen off the tracks when Ant-Man is an S tier right below Werewolf by Night, and Quantumania is an F tier at the absolute bottom at the moment. I think that's just a perfect visual, because I'm look, as you see by Hawkeye being up there, I'm a pretty forgiving fan. You know what I mean? I'm pretty chill about this. I'm not like that. Like, I don't even mind throwing out. Do you guys think I'm doing that many hot takes? Even, you know?
No.
God, Takeo Toma mentioned Ant-Man giving him a headache. Yeah, that movie is all shot on volume screens, and it doesn't look good either. So bad at Kyle said so bad it caused Kang to get thrown aside to be replaced by Doom. Doom should have always been the villain, anyways.
Did that to himself.
Kang does that to himself all the time.
Did that to him.
But like the thing is, like, Kang is not your big villain guy. He's not even a big villain guy in the comics. Fans hate Kang. Why do you think the general audience is going to like him? Actor problems aside, lately, Kang is just not a good character.
That's funny because like lately people liked Kang for some freaking reason. Like he had a huge resurgence.
It was Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Earth's Mightiest Heroes made the first good version of Kang. But that's it. Like it. Yeah, Daniel Fagner says Quantumania seems to only exist to introduce Kang as a threat. Yeah, it didn't feel like a third Ant-Man movie. It was just setup stuff. And yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Let's take this one all the way up. This is another one where it's harder to watch, but it's not as hard to watch as Wakanda Forever because there isn't... Wakanda Forever has this tie-in of like real life circumstance into the emotional weight. Whereas Guardians Volume 3 is like just character circumstance, but boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn, when he gets into his groove, when he has just enough barriers to keep him in line, but not like too many where it squishes his potential, he can really do a good movie. And that movie that movie didn't get touched by the MCU. It didn't have to set up multiverse stuff. It could just be Guardians Volume 3, and I think it was so freaking good. That was the best Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That was the most like the comics the Guardians have ever been, and I liked it a lot. It was so good. It was a heartbreaking movie, but great movie. Josh Frisch says, "Incredible Guardians of the Galaxy B and Volume 2 is S." I'd reverse that. I think that's a consensus, right? If you either like one or two more. Right? I like Guardians? Two more. Yeah, with Guardians, yeah.
No, remember the first Guardians movie was kind of ass, and like 2 actually like treats Guardians like, you know how the comics do, where like you're not supposed to know their real origin. It's gonna
how do I put it as and I'm saying this as somebody who has read every single comic appearance of the modern Guardians team from Annihilation Conquest onward, because I did that because I love the team. But I've done that, and it's like they don't feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy in the first movie. They feel like a James Gunn movie in the first movie. And then the second movie, they finally got kind of closer to being the Guardians. Then Infinity War and Endgame treats them like trash, which I hated. And then Guardians Volume 3, I feel like I finally got it together. Josh Frisch says Volume 2 is way too Star-Lord centric for me. I like the ensemble feeling of Volume 1. Yeah, I mean, I think dealing with the question of Star-Lord's father, of course, would make Volume 2 more Star-Lord centric. But he is kind of the main character of the team. The first movie, I feel like, was very much a Star-Lord and Rocket movie, just like the third movie is a Rocket and then Star-Lord movie. And, you know, that's just kind of how team movies go. You have to have your central figures. They do it with Avengers, Iron Man and Cap, right? And so, yeah, but the Guardians were written so poorly in Infinity War and Endgame. Nebula was the only one that came through unscathed. So Guardians Volume 3 was just a heck of a triumph after all that. Made me love the MCU versions again. Alright guys, 3 more things. Secret Invasion. Do I even need to say words? That is the worst TV show I've ever seen in my entire life. I think that was our breaking point for the MCU with Secret Invasion. Because not even the diehards could defend that. That was one of the worst things they ever made. And it's like almost pointless too. Having watched the Marvels, you didn't need to see Secret Invasion. What was the point, guys? Why did they even spend all that money on that dumb, stupid show? All right. Meanwhile, Loki season 2. As I said, we were fixing things up here. Actually, I'm gonna put Shang-Chi between the Guardians movies just for fun. Loki season 2 is absolutely an S tier. They took all the lessons. They learned all the lessons they could from season 1. They built on everything they produced in season 1 and made just like the most incredible season 2. I could not believe how good season 2 of Loki was, considering I thought, again, where's Loki season 1? In C, right? Season 2 was amazing. I just loved it. The finale for Loki is probably like the single best MCU TV episode. Like, period.
That got spoiled to me real fast, and I was like, "That's weird."
Even if you see it, the spoiler doesn't affect it because you need to see it play out through the whole season to get the ending. Like the ending,
I'm guessing it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a bit more when watching it. But like, I'm like, that's a dumb reasoning though to do that, because the fact that like that line was either in Loki or one of the other movies foreshadowing it. The line that says you're gonna be alone for the rest of your eternity.
That was a line that was
fucking weird.
That was a line that was it was improv'd in by Tom Hiddleston because he remembered the line from Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. OB was a great addition to this. Hunter B-15, she was incredible. Owen Wilson was always great as Mobius. The only thing I don't like about the Loki show, and I can say this now that it's over, I don't like Sylvie. I don't ever need to see Sylvie again. She just annoys the crap out of me. I don't like her at all.
All right, here's a better question, though.
Yeah.
Here's a better question. In the superhero roles, who is the better Wilson?
Owen Wilson as Mobius.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I still think Luke was better as Stripe.
Luke was good as Stripe, but season 2, Mobius,
I thought they were the same person.
Jerry, all those aren't the same person.
Remember I said Luke Owens?
Yes, Jerry did call him Luke Owens instead of Owen Wilson.
Was the McDonald's money worth it?
Luke.
Yes. This was like, I would say Loki season 2 was the best, visually the best MCU project all year. Even over Guardians. I think Guardians looked good, but it had some, had some weird spots. Loki season 2 was just, VFX were on point. Looked incredible. Yeah, McDonald's money did work. Jeremy Carr, I want to know why that branch timeline had 2012 for B-15. I don't know. It was just 2012 because I don't think there was a reason behind it. But yeah, no, Owen Wilson as Mobius in season 2 really, I would say, takes over Luke Wilson as Stripe in Stargirl. Just because Mobius is like a nothing character in the comics that Owen Wilson made an entire character out of. Whereas like Stripe is existing. Stripe has a personality to work with. Does that make sense? All right, guys.
If you think about it, Luke is seen as the worst brother
of
the two, so he was able to actually get a career revitalization with it.
Mm-hmm. All right,
that's where my theory is.
The Marvels, currently the lowest box office for the MCU. Which, oh, what a surprise! The movie that has 2 characters that debuted on Disney Plus doesn't have strong theatrical box. Like 2/3 of its main cast debuted on Disney Plus. So where is Josh Frisch? I left I Am Groot off because it's just shorts, just to streamline things. I will update this when Deadpool 3 comes out. I'll update it like when Echo comes out. Even I'll just start updating this in the streams over time.
I mean, if you put I Am Groot here, he's gonna be in the S.
It's gonna be an S. That last episode of I Am Groot is probably my favorite, like non-Werewolf by Night MCU
the
thing.
Where he blows the hole in the ship.
Oh no, that's the first. Right? That's the last one of season 1. The last one of season 2. He encounters the Watcher.
Oh wait, okay, so there's a season 2. I didn't.
There's a season 2. Yeah, it kind of slipped in. They just threw it out in September.
Okay, I did not know about that.
Yeah. Okay.
May or may not.
The season 1 had my dad even laughing, and he doesn't even like the Guardians. He thought
that
shit was funny.
Oh no, season 2 is even funnier. I think season 2 is even a step above. All right, so I've teased you with the Watchers in season 2 of I Am Groot. I Am Groot would be like an S tier because it's just terrific. All right. Muteki, if no one watched the Plus shows, can you watch the Marvels? Yes, you can. They recap Miss Marvel's show and WandaVision events related to Monica Rambeau in the movie. They recap things. They do like little memory flashbacks to even Captain Marvel. You can just watch it without watching anything else even. It's just like the most easily entry point to the MCU ever, and they botched that in marketing.
It's all passable.
That's the thing. This movie, I just saw it yesterday, so recency bias. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I like when the MCU mixes genres. I know some people don't, and that's fair. But they went to some different planets. They mixed some genres. Probably the funniest scene in the entire MCU is in this movie. You can skip the shows from the movie. They're also, if you have Disney Plus, there's this thing called Marvel Studios Legends that are essentially like 5-minute recaps for characters, and they have 3 for this movie. You don't need to watch all the other stuff. I liked it. Kamala Khan, delightful. Monica Rambeau, amazingly cool. Carol Danvers, I think, was best here than she's ever been. Nick Fury was fun. Kamala's family was there. There were cats. They did kind of waste the K-drama star, but I also don't think he was that good of an actor when speaking English. I don't know how he is in K-drama. I felt he was a little flat when he was speaking.
Well, let me tell you right now. I don't even know what K-drama he was in. But
yeah.
It was like every other K-drama. They have too much plastic surgery on them, so they look like porcelain dolls. So that was probably also his problem.
Did. But he was on a planet where the whole thing they only communicated through song, and I was like, oh no, Carnage and C minor flashbacks. Except it was done better. So if you want to see Carnage and C minor from Transformers done better, go watch the Marvels. Anyways, I liked it. I'm trying to decide. It's either an A or a B for me, because it's probably like a B movie or a C movie that's just like bumped up a little bit because I enjoyed it so much. I'm gonna put it in B. I'll put it up here with She-Hulk. I think that's decent company, you know? The thing is, I don't think everybody will like the Marvels. I think it's like
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna like it, you know?
I have no idea. I'm just making
predictions. Yeah. Like the thing is, I think like it's one of those movies where the online hate is motivated by other factors. Because if you watch the movie, there's really nothing to hate about it. You can dislike it. Like, that's totally fine. Because it's not going to be a movie for everybody. But there's not, like, anything that's, like, offensive in it. It's pretty safe. It's pretty tame.
I think seeing Brie Larson offensive. No, it's a big.
There is a chunk of people that are just offended by Brie Larson's existence. And I'm like, all right, get over yourself. But even then, like, the nice part too, I will give them credit. This happens like we were talking about Guardians, how like Star-Lord and Rocket kind of take precedence over things. Carol, Monica, and Kamala all have about equal screen time and have equal parts in the role, which I think is great. Because they actually felt like here's a trio and they're all an equal part of the team. Which I thought was cool. But yeah, I really liked it. Not everybody will. It's fine. I like the MCU diversifying its genres and types and styles. That's probably why some of these projects like Werewolf by Night and Hawkeye and stuff are up here, because they're a little different. You know, I like things when they're different. You know, that's like Shield season 7 was that. So that's my tier list, guys. Anyone want to roast me in the comments? I don't know. I'm
do it right now.
reasonable.
Everyone roast them.
Roast me. We already roasted me over Loki season 1. I made up for it with season 2. I told you it would.
give the old handy. Was it sound out? We both got it. Oh yeah, you're mental.
Yeah, someone or the one from my Assassin's Creed. You are psychotic.
Yeah, exactly. Give.
RX0 says, I think I'd put a Kamen Rider show above all these in the tier list. Which Kamen Rider show, though? Because there's some Kamen Rider show. Like, Phai's, I would watch everything on here before Phai's. You know why? Because I watched all of this and I haven't finished Phai's. I finished Inhumans, but not Phai's, because I just don't like Phai's that much. Kamen Jojo hates the MCU and DCU. That's fine. Yeah, the thing is, it's like, they're adapted media based on Western comics. So if you don't really like Western comics, you're not going to like these, and that's fine. You know, it's totally cool. But yeah, in terms of MCU, this is my. I guess I spent too much on the top half. Anybody want to? God, Revice is with depth. I mean, I think like anything in B and above for the MCU for me would clear Revice. What's throwing me? All right, let's see. V3 clears the MCU. Black is at least like A tier MCU. Amazon season 2 is above Inhumans. Amazon's the movie is below Inhumans though. Blade, I haven't watched Blade. Gaim, I don't like Gaim that much. Ryuki clears. I think Ryuki clears. Everyone's gonna start throwing me every single writer title. All right, you guys got any thoughts on the MCU tier list here? LPH said do one for Marvel Animated. Maybe we'll have to do that. Infinity War Torn says tier list Inception. Oh no. Yeah, we're starting to merge. How about Ghost? Ghost, I haven't watched Ghost, but again, I finished all these down here, and I have not finished Ghost. So
how about Drive?
Drive clears, I think. Maybe not Werewolf. Guys, I'm going to be honest. When I say clears the tier list, I do not mean Werewolf by Night. That thing is too close to my heart. It's way too close to my heart. Marvel anime. Ooh, we could rank the Marvel anime. Did Secret Wars have any effects on the Marvel? No, Secret Invasion.
Kamen Rider G wouldn't even make it on this list.
Nope. Yeah, G's a parody. You know, if you're putting parodies on lists, then Build. Oh, we don't want to talk about my opinions on Build.
Build's like Hoenn, too much water.
Yeah, Nexus clears. Nexus clears everything but Werewolf by Night. Yep. How about Disney Plus Chippendale? It had Tigra. Yeah, but that was United They Stand Tigra, so that would have to go on the Marvel animated movie tier list. We should do a Marvel animation tier list, though. That would be fun. If we get another slow news week, maybe we'll do that. I really want Deadpool 3 to come out, because I feel like it's the only thing that's going to save this, because I feel like the MCU is kind of heading off a cliff.
It is.
I think Deadpool's the only thing. If Deadpool can't do it, they just need to put it on a break. It's just like, either put it on a break or rush out Secret Wars. Like I feel like they need to drop Kang Dynasty. They need to do Deadpool, a couple other things, then do Secret Wars. And if doesn't work, then Secret Wars should just be the end for a bit, you know? I don't think the MCU is beyond saving, but it is on a collision course with the mountain. Infinite, remember Ugly Sonic? Yeah, I didn't need Chippendale reminding me about Ugly Sonic again. Speaking of weird movies, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Oh, people mix up Secret Invasion and Secret Wars. Of course they do. That's why it's a Marvel problem. When you say Secret Wars, are you talking about the toy line, the 84 comic, the 2015 comic, or the upcoming MCU movie? Like, I hate Marvel's naming schemes for everything. If Blade should have just been Blade. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, we need just making a Blade movie's not hard. You put a guy in a trench coat with some glasses and have him kill vampires. Like, it's not...
Can't be just any guy. He has to be the coolest black guy that ever
Exactly. Coolest black guy ever.
Fun.
Sunglasses. You know, like, if Mahershala Ali walks away, they should just call it Michael J. White. Just be like, hey, you want to play Blade again?
They really should. Oh, my God.
He was so good in Midnight Suns. Oh, he was so good in Midnight Suns as Blade.
Bro, if they had Michael Jai White as Blade, bro, like, they'd have all my money.
Yeah.
Because I would just be making Black Dynamite jokes the entire time.
Common Jojo started watching Forze. It is one of my favorites, yeah. Miyu's great. Isn't everything coming around Blade that came out was fake? No, not everything. Some of the details of like the scripts may not be 100%. But the thing is that like people are like, oh, this debunked Variety's article, and Variety said one of the scripts, and the person that is in the tweet said, I wrote one of the scripts, and that does not mean they're talking about the same script, because from what I understand, Blade has had 4 or 5 scripts at this point.
One of, yeah.
Yeah. And the Mahershala Ali said, I'm going to, you change the script or I'm not going to shoot this, is a true story, because they were gearing up for production, and then they paused production, did not start, and that was when that story came out. And it was, that story was corroborated by enough sources that him saying you need a new script is 100% at this point. So that, and then they've been trying to get new scripts ever since.
If they do like what the animated series was and just had his mom be like a villain, that makes sense. But like,
yeah, I think I think they want to have Lilith as the villain.
I haven't read Blade in ages, man. I haven't read Blade.
Blade is a character who just released his 29th solo issue a couple months ago. He doesn't have that much material to pull on.
I know.
Common Jojo says there are leaks that the Wolverine game come out next year. That'd be surprising considering development time, but it could happen. We found out like yesterday that Wolverine was being developed by a different team at Insomniac than Spider-Man. I thought that might have been like one team that was going to go switch and do Wolverine, but that's a separate team, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that Wolverine game because I love Insomniac Spider-Man games. You guys got any further thoughts on stuff before we just kind of call it a day? I feel like we survived.
I'm having a weird chill happen right now.
Yeah,
it makes me want to go sleep.
I kind of want to take a nap, but I also kind of want to go watch more Jessica Jones because I watched the first episode and I'm kind of hooked. I didn't know it was a detective show.
I feel so sorry for you.
Does it get bad later or?
Most of the Netflix ones all get.
I know they all fell off like after Defenders, right?
Like they all just went into the trash, and like Jessica Jones is just all right.
Yeah, I liked the first episode a lot.
It's like Luke Cage. Luke Cage had like a good first episode or two,
yeah.
And then like it just went.
And then Iron Fist was done by the Inhumans guy. Jessica Jones, great soundtrack. I agree. That opening like hit me. So I was like, oh, this is good. I like this opening. And Carrie Ann Moss is in it, so like, you know, I'm kind of sold. I'm kind of sold on Jessica Jones at the moment. Daredevil season 1 was great. I finally watched. It's funny. I'm catching all these Marvel Netflix shows years after they're off Netflix, and now they're on Disney Plus. But I'm enjoying them. I think it's because I'm so burned out by the 6-episode format with the current Marvel shows. That like doing these 13-episode ones. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Was the Game of Thrones curse also on Iron Fist? Oh man, that curse is real. Guys, you wonder why Blade's not coming together? They were going to put Kit Harington into Blade as Black Knight. He was going to be Black Knight in Blade. That's why the movie got cursed. Freaking Game of Thrones. Yeah. Oh, Surge made it into Sonic Dash. Heck yeah. We need toys now. All right, anything you guys got before we just wrap up? Because I think I'm ready to wrap up.
Nah, bro. It's sleep, bro.
Kyle, basically, anytime a Game of Thrones actor ends up in a project, that project either has development problems, isn't good, bombs at the box office, or all of the above.
Game of Thrones a new Macbeth.
Yeah, Emilia Clarke was in Game of Thrones. She was in Solo, bombed at the box office. She was in Secret Invasion, terrible and bombed in the ratings. Kit Harington was in Eternals, and then he was attached to be a part of Blade, and look what happened with all that. You know, it's an actual curse. It's like don't hire a Game of Thrones talent.
They can't say they have to say like that one fantasy show on HBO or something.
No. The joke is they can call it by its actual name, Fire and Ice.
Oh
they can't say Game of Thrones though.
Yeah,
I was in the live-action adaptation of Fire and Ice. Okay, so he wasn't struck down by lightning.
Sophie
Fire
Turner.
And Ice, Game of
Sophie Turner was Game of Thrones, and she was, you know, the last Fox X-Men movie was Dark Phoenix. Peter Dinklage is
Sandman though.
Peter Dinklage is the only exception because Peter Dinklage had a career. He had a career before Game of Thrones.
That is true.
He gets parts because he's Peter Dinklage, not because he's Game of Thrones.
Funeral.
Yeah.
Death at a
I
Funeral,
love that
man.
movie so much. I love.
What about Sandman?
You know
Did Sandman have Game of Thrones people
I
in it?
saw the European version a while ago, and it's actually just as good as the American one.
Yeah.
Sandman has what's her face? What's her face? Big chick.
Yeah.
Big tall chick.
The writers for Game of Thrones were doing a Star Wars thing. It was not Solo, but it's not happening anymore. Common Jojo, I agree. Like, people are just like shitting on Spider-Man 2 for no reason, and it's annoying. And yeah, I agree, they do suck at playing the game because they're playing on easy and then they're like failing. I'm like, the game is easy. I didn't even have problems of
you platinumed it in one go.
I platinumed it in 2 weeks, one playthrough on
without even a New Game Plus or anything.
Without a New Game Plus. And on amazing difficulty. I wasn't even on easy, I was on amazing. So like, I don't get why people are like that. And they're just annoyed.
Ever tell you that time?
They're like, I had to spend 5 minutes in a mission playing as a deaf woman. I don't know. I thought that was cool because they actually portrayed her as a deaf person and it, like, adjusted the sound design specifically for that. And I thought it was a really cool look into someone else's life. You know, it also was like 5 minutes and it was a side mission. So like, I don't know why people are weird. I know why people are weird. I just can't say it on stream. Anyways. I got upset. I got tired. Yeah. Anyways, I'm tired. I'm
trying to say I beat Star Ocean at one time on hard, thinking it was on easy, and turns out it was on hard the entire time.
Oh, I've done that with games too. Where he's like, "Oh, this is on easy, right?" And why is it so hard?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "Why am I getting beat up so easy? It's not easy." Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyways, before this stream gets spicier, we should probably log
I'll make
off.
It spicy real fast.
I don't have my soapbox graphic made yet.
Mexican restaurant right near you, Wheels.
I have there's chili in my fridge.
Pants off. Pull a medal. Just pull a medal like he does on your stream, Gary.
It's so sad. Puchita's been washed out all day today because there's no light outside because it's been cloudy, and so Puchita's just sitting there like looking like he's sunburned. Poor guy. All right, I think the chat slowed down a little bit. I think it's time to call it a day.
You're slowed down.
I had a good time. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. We had so many news topics, but we got through them all, and we did 2 tier lists, so I call it an accomplishment. Stay tuned for the videos this week. Hope you all enjoy it. We'll be back next week, same time. I should have done a Batman joke. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll have... I'm hiccuping now. I need to stop. Go check out Fighter Couch's stream tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Soundout will be with me, so you want to ask him video game questions.
Yep. We're going to talk about the new Tekken character, so twitch.tv/FighterCouch.
We have a lot of Tekken on. Yeah.
4 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/FighterCouch. I'm going to repeat it again.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesday, Hero Club Live at 9 p.m. Eastern. So go check it out, guys.
If I can either get my computer working or I just have to do it on the phone with Metal, I don't know.
Yep. And hero-club.com for all your good stuff and everything. And thanks Infinity War Torn and Toma for being channel members. And we'll see you all next week.